Ayo, wagwan. Random show. Random show. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Apologies for the delay. I was actually on another stream, randomly, talking all things United, unfortunately. Which probably wasn't the best idea for my fucking mood and shit, but hey, it is what it is. Pick up everybody in the stream chat. Oh, let me back up a bit. I'm a bit close to the camera. Let me back up a little bit. Wagwan, people. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all good. We're back once again. We are back once again. Random show settings. How you doing? How you feeling? Good to have you back here again with me. Let's just get all this stuff started here. I've got my notifications on. Let me just get my chat up and then we can get this party started. Cool. Let's do this. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's do that here. Then we did that. Then we did this. Then we did that. Cool. How you guys doing? In the screen chat? You guys alright? Is everybody well? Is everybody blessed? Everybody well? Is everybody blessed? Everybody nice? Everybody healthy? Hope you are. Cool. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah. Sleepy. Okay. Cool. No problem. Hopefully I can aid you. To sleep, my dear Diana. Hopefully I can aid you to sleep. I love a good fucking plopping on the stream on the background. Usually I'm like laying down horizontally with the phone by my face, or usually I put it, if I have my duvet, I usually bunch up my duvet so the phone's lying down like that, and I can lie down watching something, obviously on the lowest screen setting of light, and then just as I'm listening to it in the background, it's kind of sad, it's kind of bad that that's one of the only ways I fall asleep, you know, with having some sort of fucking digital somebody out there in the internet. It doesn't matter who it is. Sometimes I'll just randomly go on YouTube, or randomly go on Kick, whoever's streaming on that day, I'll just pick somebody, just put it on the background, you know. It's kind of crazy. So hopefully I can help you get to some level of comatoseness within the next couple of hours or so. Yeah, so big up Diana, big up Gamebred, big up fucking 9184, big up MK, big up Mr. Studio Girl, what's good? Big up Jordan Ray, what's good? Big up Timo Kazi, what's good? Cool. Let's get into it. Let's get straight away. Let's not waste any more time because I don't have too much time. So let's not waste all your time. Let's get this out of the way. Bear with me a second. Let's go. So first things first. Have you guys seen this clip? Andrew Wilson, the guy on the left, is one of the co-hosts of this pod called Whatever. Essentially, all the clips I see of this show, they just invite like OnlyFans girls on, or really young girls, or really uneducated girls or something, and just shout at them. Whatever their life choice is, they just shout at the girl. If a girl's a fucking furry, they shout at her. If one girl's a lesbian, they shout at her. If one girl's non-binary, they shout at her. If one girl does OnlyFans, they shout at her. I don't really understand the use of this show. I don't even know why it exists. I don't know why people enjoy it. It's the same topics again and again. And I really like the thing I hate about this show, from what I've seen about the clips, I just hate the fucking top-down talking. I hate how the host talk to the girls like from some level of moral superiority. You might not agree with their lifestyle, but you don't get to like bring them on the show every week and talk down to them. It's almost like you're bullying. You know what I mean? You're not getting anybody on your same intellectual level, on your whatever, to kind of debate you. You're just talking to some girl who just wants to get some money, who doesn't really have many morals or principles, and then you're attacking her for her fucking life choices. Of course you're going to look like the hero. Of course you're going to look like fucking Superman. So I'm not the biggest fan of the show in that kind of regard. I also don't know why the girls, I guess the girls go in there for clout, I guess, right? Everyone's addicted to clout. Everyone wants to be fucking famous. But I think it's kind of embarrassing for the girls as well, because they get fucking ripped into. They get really embarrassed on this show. I've seen some people cry. I've seen people storm off and throw stuff, all from clips. But this clip is special. Because number one, it highlights the hypocrisy of a lot of men that kind of operate in this sort of field. I don't know what you describe this as. Maybe it's manosphere adjacent, maybe it's red pill adjacent, but a lot of those guys in that manosphere adjacent crew, or that manosphere adjacent space, they're very judgmental. So they'll tell their viewers, they'll tell the kids out there, whoever it is who's buying their courses, who's attending their seminars, don't date prostitutes, don't date strippers, don't date single mums. All these women have no value, basically. Right? If you're a woman that operates in those type of fields, if you're a stripper, you're a single mom, you do sex work or whatever, you have no value. That woman is no value. She might as well just get thrown in the fucking nearest skip. But then what happens later on? What happens? It gets revealed that that same person that was telling the viewer not to mess with no stripper, not to mess with no prostitute, not to mess with no single mom, is the same person that then ends up marrying that person. So all these guys, there's a lot of hypocrisy. I'm not really too sure. I wonder what the psychological, physiological, I don't know, thing is behind it. But there is an interesting trend that seems to happen, a pattern. Whenever a guy's very vocal talking against a woman that he doesn't like or kind of, area, it always tends to be the person they kind of end up with. So this guy is very critical, of course. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's also very outwardly like Christian or something. I forgot, he's some sort of religious thing he always bangs on about. Anyway, long story less long, he rips into this girl, but this girl ends up firing back at him and reminding him about his own life. And I fucking love this. I fucking love this because it's the best clapback I've seen in a long time. It's very concise, it's very short, it's very to the point, and it instantly triggers the guy. It instantly triggers him. It's just fucking special. I love this clapback so fucking much. Oops. Is it on? Is it on? Oh no, it's not on. It's not on. Cool. Let me get the sound on. Sorry. I didn't have the sound on there.
Be honest with you. I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think, honestly, you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So, Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you lick
sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say, dyke?
Your wife with the 3 baby daddies?
I'm sorry, dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try to...
your hatred against...
Do the women that you try to...
them that they shouldn't...
Charlie, did I bring...
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring your family?
5 years older?
Did I bring any of your family into anything?
Stupid.
Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
Chuck.
That is one of the best clapbacks I've ever seen. The triggering, the level of triggering that guy had. If that wasn't filmed, he would have jumped over that table and tried to strangle that girl. He was feeling violent. He was full of rage. That was so good. And again, like, okay, let's put the clapback to one side, right? Let's put the clapback to one side. People in the stream chat, please help me out here. What is it about these guys that have concept? Like, let's forget him and let's just talk about it in general. What is it about these guys in the manosphere / red pill scene who have these conservative values and tell their fans, tell their viewers, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Don't date out your race. Don't date this girl. Don't date that girl. Old women are garbage. Single mothers are irrelevant and should die. Strippers should die. 3 or 4 should die. And then in their own life, they do the opposite. What do you think that's about? What is that phenomenon? I find it very interesting. No? Like, look at the Myron from Fresh and Fit. Myron from Fresh and Fit telling all these guys about women and what he doesn't do, what he does do. And then he ends up having these girls break up with him. And she ends up dating some builder dude because she wasn't getting enough love and attention at home. Hold on. Aren't you meant to be the alpha guy? Aren't you meant to be the guy that pays all the bills, has got all the money? Why is your girlfriend leaving you for a guy that's working a fucking construction job? That shouldn't happen, right? Like, it's really odd. I find it really interesting how that seems to be a common thing. So according to this girl, this guy says he's got conservative values, yet he's dating a single mum that's already had 3 kids of her own, and she's 5 years older than him. There's nothing wrong with having 3 kids of your own and being 5 years older. It's just that the way that he speaks, he makes it seem as you could never
powerful bunch.
You could never date a fucking single one. Big up.
His wife been taking more doggies to the face than Kobayashi. 3 kids from 3 different men is wild. That's when you gotta hit the red button. Abort mission. Abort.
You know what I've always wondered. You know what I've always wondered about the multiple father thing. I've always wondered I would love to know, like, from a woman's point of view, like, how does that work? I know obviously these things happen. You know, these things happen in life. It is what it is. But I think even if I was a woman that I was against abortion and shit, I think I'd consider it if I had like already 2 baby daddies. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think even if I was a woman that had strong views against abortion and shit, I think I would probably consider it if I had already 2. Because having 3 different ones is kind of mad, isn't it? Like, how to juggle that? That's a lot of headache. Like, that's 3 different fucking, what's that thing called? That's 3 different child support payments, 3 different personalities, 3 different schedules to meet it's a lot, isn't it? Unnecessary. But again, who cares? That's his business. It's just that he was talking all this big talk about you should never date fucking these girls, and all of a sudden in your own life you're doing it. But big up this lady. That was fucking brilliant. Yo, big up people on the stream chat. Morally inconsequential. Yep, exactly. Big up at Reynolds. They hate what they can't get. The females they feel they deserve. So they say, I like this. Big up at Reynolds. They hate that they can't get the women that they feel they deserve. So they say all women are terrible. That's a good point. That's a very, very good point. I'm going to save that one for later. Big up Gamebred. Not in Britain, AZ. It's a lottery win for free baby daddy support. Yeah, I guess I don't know, man. Yeah, but the money, like, how worth it is that really? I know it can be a lot free time. I guess you're getting free child support payments times child support times 3 is going to be a lot of money in it. To be fair, that is a decent amount of money. You probably won't have to work, but and you'll probably get house. Yeah, I don't know. I just think in just general, like, a woman wanting to deal with like 3 different men. Maybe you'll get lucky and then 3 of the guys are deadbeats. They just send you money to have to deal with them. But I'm just thinking about the logistics and the stress of having to deal with 3 different men, having 3 different men calling you, texting you. It's just a lot, innit? And they're all exes. Like, there's all that baggage there. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. I kind of understand why guys do it, right? I get how guys can end up in a situation where they have like a baby man that's got 3 baby daddies already, because all you're doing is just bussing. You know what I mean? You're just bussing those you don't really care. But I just think for the woman, you have to be you have to move a little bit more, you know? And also for your kids too. Would you really want them to have, you want all 3 of your kids to have 3 different dads? It's like, you know? I don't know. Whatever. Everyone's different. It's all fucking mad. But I'm going to play this burn one more time. I'm going to play this burn one more time, then we move on.
I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I
I'm stupid.
sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you lick
sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say? Dyke.
Your wife with the 3 baby daddies?
I'm sorry, dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try...
I like how when he said that, what do you think this was about? You know, when he said dyke, why is he doing that hip hop thing? Why is he going all urban on her? When he says dyke, why is he going all urban on her? Does she only date black girls or something? Huh? Does she only date black girls? She did dyke and it's like, you know? Dyke, he did that. Does he think dykes are like street or something? So weird, dyke. It's like... I love how she kept her composure, by the way. I love how she kept her composure. She didn't shout over him. She just kept talking until there's a gap in silence. When he stopped speaking, he could hear her. You know, that's a very good technique when you want to burn somebody. Don't overspeak. Don't overspeak. Don't shout. Just talk in a very, even tone, and just keep talking, because eventually they're going to stop talking and the sound of your voice is going to be heard. And then your point's going to be clearly heard too and come across. I love it. She didn't shout, just left it right there. Brilliant.
Consequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try to...
your hatred against...
Do the women that you try to...
them that they shouldn't...
Charlie, did I bring...
Women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring your family?
5 years older?
Did I bring any of your family into anything?
Stupid.
Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit, because you are not a traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional man.
Let's go through it, Chuck.
I love it. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. The traditional values that you try to sell your fans and your customers on. Look at the guy in the middle, by the way. They're not the values that you espouse yourself. Brilliantly put. Brilliantly put. I really did enjoy that. Big up that young lady. Big up your young lady. One thing that I was kind of embarrassed about was this little interaction. This little interaction broke my fucking heart. This interaction broke my fucking heart. But it did reveal something quite interesting. One thing that it revealed is that women, I think, take rejection worse than men. I know in the balance of like interactions, right? If a man is to take a if a man approaches a woman and it doesn't go well for him and he gets rejected, obviously the danger involved in that situation is far more, fatal to the woman than it is to the man, right? So women have to move carefully. Some girls I heard, they'll give a guy a fake number. Some will pretend to be, whatever. Some will just pretend they couldn't hear it and have their headphones on. You have to have the tactic to like not drive a guy to anger if you're not interested and they come up to you. But this interaction proved to me, and this whole debacle with PLAQUEBOYMAX and this America top model woman lady, right? What it proved to me was that women in general don't really get rejected enough. It really kind of messes with their psyche when they do get rejected. Because this is such an inconsequential, stupid, it's just an irrelevant, situation. It shouldn't really be that serious. But this lady's blown up into some big deal. And now she's allegedly threatening to sue PLAQUEBOYMAX for putting out this footage of PLAQUEBOYMAX essentially rejecting a kiss or not kissing her and shit. Really strange interaction. Very strange.
Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm from America's Next Top Model, and I didn't know who you are, but you're out here talking about black excellence.
Yes.
What are you promoting?
So I'm a streamer, I also make music. I don't know if you know who Fred Again is and Skepta. I have a song nominated for a Grammy with them, Victory Lap.
Really?
Yes, and I am nominated for Streamer of the Year. Music streamer, best stream series, best stream collab.
How do I support you?
Right here, support black business. What's your name?
Should I put you on my stories right
yes,
now?
Yes, you should.
Support your black business?
100%.
We're here with
PLAQUEBOYMAX. PLAQUEBOYMAX, y'all know what time it is. All platforms.
All platforms.
Make sure y'all vote. Him. Oh, upside down. Make sure y'all vote. Vote. Exercise the right MLK fought for. Vote.
Period.
All platforms. Grammys and Streamer of the Year. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay. Are you gonna give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what?
I can't. Love though. I'm out. Oh my God. What the fuck just happened?
And you guys were.
To be fair, not even to be fair, to be accurate, that interaction didn't even call for a smooch anyway. If you're going to go for the whole, like, I don't know, let me be a bit flirty while I'm out here thing, that interaction didn't even call for a smooch. There was no it wasn't even necessary for them to kiss in any way, shape or form. She allegedly didn't know who he was when she pulled up, which I think was a lie, right? People love doing that, by the way. Especially blacks on blacks is a weird kind of wanting to fucking, put people, it's strange, whatever. I think that's more of a black on black. Again, there's layers to this there's layers to this interaction. There's a whole woman not getting fucking rejected often enough and kind of really freaking out about it. There's a whole power play going on there. There's the unwillingness to acknowledge somebody, even though they're doing something great, because you don't want to look like you're less than, and that kind of ego thing playing out there. But let's just put that to one side. That interaction there did not necessitate this lady to ask him to kiss on the cheek. It wasn't necessary. And if you was to reverse the gender roles, if you was to reverse the roles in general, not gender, if you was to reverse the roles, and PLAQUEBOYMAX walks up to some girl and asks her to kiss on the sheet like that, he'd be all over the fucking blogs too on Twitter. People calling him a creep, rightfully so. Calling him a creep, calling him a sex pest, calling him thirsty, calling him this, calling him that. Like, you need to chill. You need to chill. It's not that deep. You need to fucking chill. And again, if she would have taken this L and just kept it moving, it is what it is. She got too excited, maybe. Maybe she saw PLAQUEBOYMAX, because there's, you know, a lot of these guys as well. You see them on the camera, you see them, you're watching them on a phone, but maybe when you pull up to them in real life, no homo, you think, fuck, this guy's actually a lot more good looking than I thought he was. So I can respect that. Maybe in the moment she lost her composure. Happens to the best of us, right? Some of us lose our composure. You see someone in real life, you're like, oh shit, you're actually a lot better looking than I thought you was. So she got a bit excited. Okay, cool. Take the L on the chin. You got enough space there, and keep it moving. But no, she doesn't. She does this.
We're filming stuff obnoxiously with every single person who recognized him. I don't even know this guy. I literally am running an empire right now and have no clue who. I don't have X and don't even have the time to log in and sign up.
See what I mean? This is a little bit of a black thing. I'm not gonna lie. This is a little bit of a black thing of not wanting to acknowledge somebody, you know, not wanting to give someone their flowers, not just to say, because you knew who he was. She knew exactly who PLAQUEBOYMAX, or at least she generally recognized his face. And now acting after the fact it didn't go well for you, now suddenly like, oh, I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who he is. I'm running an empire. You're running an empire. Why are you walking the streets, man? If you're running an empire, why are you walking the streets? Why are you on a high street with no security? Running an empire. Fuck out of here.
So, I walked up to you after his little outburst.
Also, no offense, right? And no fucking ageism here. But if you're asking PLAQUEBOYMAX to give you a smooch, you're probably too old. You know? If you're using the verbiage smooch, I'm sorry, you're too old.
He probably don't even date black women. But I said to you guys very clearly, please don't use that footage.
Oh my God. He probably doesn't even... Lady, just take the L on the chin. It's not that deep. Now it's about he don't date black women. I thought you don't know who he was. I thought you didn't know who he was. Now all of a sudden you know he doesn't date black women because he didn't want to kiss you on the cheek on the street. Auntie, chill.
And I don't know what collegiate level you guys are at, if you guys went to college or whatever. But I asked you not to use that footage. Not only did you use the footage.
No one's gonna not use the footage like that. It's a live stream, girl. Come on, get with it. If you're running an empire, you should know what a live stream is. It's a fucking live stream. He's not gonna take anything like it's like like you know what it is. She's making this worse. That's the funny thing. She's with her reaction. She's making this far worse than what it is. It really is not as deep as she's making it. God Almighty, Kenya. Is that name right? Keenyah Hill. Chill out.
But out of everybody there, you talked to a lot of people. We heard you a mile away. That was the only footage that you used.
Yeah, big up Burt Reynolds. They're calling her name is Keenyah Hill. Keenyah Hill. They're saying online that she's somewhat involved in America's Next Top Model. I don't know if she was a contestant. I don't know if she worked on the show, but they're saying she's involved in that show.
And I verbally told you not to use it.
Big up MK. Yeah, man. Big up MK. Would you? Yes. And I think PLAQUEBOYMAX has got a girlfriend anyway, very public one. I think she was in his latest video, if I'm not mistaken, because I know who he is. I think he put out a video recently, and she's like a video vixen in the video. He does streams with her too. I think I think so. I'm pretty sure PLAQUEBOYMAX has got a girlfriend. Even if he doesn't have a girlfriend, it's not good form. It's not good it's not good manners. It's not good decorum to just be lip-syncing people on the camera like that on live stream. You don't do that. That's why no one does that. It's bad form in general to be like kissing people. And don't get me wrong, people still do other things like dry hump and twerking competitions, but you shouldn't just be kissing people randomly on live stream. I don't think that's how you should be conducting yourself anyway, behavior wise. Especially if you're a grown ass woman, right? You just bumped into a guy you don't know in the street, asked him to kiss you on the cheek. Why?
I have so many things going on right now that I don't have time to take.
Yo, big up Assad.
The most disgusting part of this story is learning that PLAQUEBOYMAX is nominated for a Grammy. If I see his weird built self with DDG getting a Grammy, the world should end.
Yeah. To be fair to him, The song isn't that bad. It's not for me, but I see why. I see why. And it's an amazing come up as well. For someone that was doing fucking production live streams on Twitch to suddenly be nominated for a Grammy is fucking insane. But, you know, story for another day. Do I think DDG could probably get a Grammy if he did a good feature? I don't think he could get a Grammy on his own. You know, I think PLAQUEBOYMAX could get another Grammy nomination on his own, but I don't think DDG has the musical chops to get one on his own. I think he could collab with somebody and get one for sure. So watch this space, bro. Watch this space. You never know. DDG might get a Grammy nomination collaborating with like Burna Boy or something. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Take you to court, but I dare you. I dare you to try me, because now you are taking up my time. This 3 minutes that it's taken to post this, I could have been making money. So your new fame, his Instagram, I don't even know who gave him the idea. Do you know the connotation behind the word plaque?
You know what I'm thinking watching this? Lads in the stream chat. You know what I'm thinking watching this in the stream chat? I'm thinking we should just be a lot tighter with our DMs. We should be a lot tighter with our double taps. And we should start rejecting women more. Is this what happens when you reject a woman? She is absolutely losing the plot. And it wasn't even a rejection. You said kiss me in the cheek. He said no. It wasn't like you were trying to hook up with him and he turned you away. Or like, this is nothing. This is light work. This happens every day. This is like an everyday occurrence for most men. Getting rejected. Everyday occurrence. Just even glancing at a girl, like you're interested in smiling. She might give you like a disgust to her face. You know, you could be on a train on the way to work and you see a cute girl, you smile at her and she could shudder or she could vomit in her mouth. She could turn away. You can't just go home. You have to just continue going to work and pretend it didn't happen. You could see a girl right in front of you in the shop and you want to say, hi, may I talk to you? Right? On some, hey, may I speak to you type. And she might scream. She might run away, physically run away. And you have to just swallow that. That happens all the time for guys. All the time. Standard thing. You might send a fucking DM to somebody. And then she just might left you on fucking sent or seen. You have to just take it. I think guys, myself included, I think we should start, you know, being a little bit tighter with how we speak to women and shit in general we're interested in. And start rejecting more. Because it seems to fry their brains, man. She's losing the plot.
And I don't know if this is maybe a different kind of plaque that you're talking about. Maybe it's a different one. But the first thing I thought of, because I don't think he has any real plaques, was plaque on your teeth, okay? You maybe want to understand the connotation and the vibration that certain words carry through society. I don't give a damn about who you think you are or any of your followers. But he walked away from me so disrespectfully. And it doesn't matter about America's Next Top Model. You don't ever depart from a real woman in that nature. Ever. You played yourself. And good luck with that Grammy. Good luck. I really genuinely hope you get it. Because that's probably going to be the height of everything that you get. But that's not none of my business. It's between you and God.
You can't diss me. Like, how's she going to pre-diss the Grammy win? Because he probably might win it, right? He probably will win it. But how can you pre-diss a Grammy win and try and make it seem as if it's not? It's an like irrelevant thing. Like, come on. This lady is frazzled, man. Honestly, I don't know what. Like, this must have really fucked with her fucking self-confidence. She must have never truly. And I get it, right? She's a beautiful lady, right? She's a beautiful black woman. I think even more so because, you know, she's got really short hair. I think if you've got like cropped hair like this, like, you know, you have to have a face on you. Not everyone can do that kind of hairstyle. So she hasn't got a lot of accoutrements going on there, and she still looks good. So it's a good looking lady. And if she's involved in America's Next Top Model, then I'm assuming she's probably, you know, worked as a model herself. So she's, you know, upper percentile when it comes to people and looks. But that is also a curse, isn't it? That also can be a bad thing. Because it can mean that you've never actually dealt with rejection, because most of the population would be more than happy to fucking put their lips, their tongue all over you. One person said no, and this is how she's acting. One guy said no, and this is how she's acting, bro. She's like, her brain just cannot She's literally short circuiting, isn't it? She's literally short circuiting. Big up PLAQUEBOYMAX. What a fucking G. Big up PLAQUEBOYMAX. He has completely fried this woman's brain, man. Fried her brain. So let's continue. Here's another clip. Here's another clip regarding the whole situation. Oh no, another angle. Sorry, it's another angle. Another angle, I think. Right? Oh, this is from her phone. Oh no, this is from her phone.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what? I respect it. Goodbye, sir. I wish him the best. The gag is that I wasn't even going to allow him to. Now
the gag is I wasn't gonna let him kiss me. So why did you ask him to kiss you then? Huh? You can't run that play. Oh, I didn't really. I don't even know why she blocked me. I didn't really want to fuck her. I was just like testing her to just see. What?
the question is, do we post it on the ground? Hi, I'm sorry, but I'm from America.
What is it? More of this? The same? It's the same. Is it the same? Okay, same video. Oh my god.
And good luck get, but
so yeah, so she's trying to sue PLAQUEBOYMAX. Here's a follow-up video from PLAQUEBOYMAX himself. Big up PLAQUEBOYMAX.
Kenya, you went to college. Kenya, you won't understand that a live stream is a live stream. What does the word live mean? It means live. I can't edit the live stream. The shit happened live. You asked to get the kiss on the cheek. You airballed. Brick nasty. Shit not swishing. Not today. It's not your day. You feel me?
This is good. Honestly, I wanna. It's gonna take a lot of self-control, right? And I'm a very impulsive and emotional guy, as you may have been able to, judge yourselves by watching some of my streams, dear viewer. But I want to get in a position where I, can turn down a really hot lady, because I know it's gonna sit with them. I know they're never gonna forget me. It's gonna you lose out obviously in the moment. You lose out potentially with some cheeks, a little bit of sloppy toppy. You lose out in that moment, but you gain in the future. You've planted a seed. You've planted a building in her brain that she's never gonna get rid of. If you like, and I think it hits more if the woman is like attractive. I don't think if it's like a regular girl it would matter, but I think if it's a proper if it's a girl that most guys would be super happy to be fucking talking to, and you turn them down, oh, that shit might hit. That shit might hit harder than any 8-ball, any line. That shit will stay with her.
That's okay. Kenya, you cannot threaten me to sue you because I didn't kiss you on the cheek. You sound crazy. You was just trying to support black business, and then when the black business don't go your way, now fuck black business, let's hit them with some white nigga lawyers.
Yo, big up Asad Aziz. Why is it a badge? No, it's not even a badge. I wouldn't say it's a badge. You'll misunderstanding what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not coming across the right way. Maybe I'm not articulating myself correctly. I wouldn't say it's a badge. I'd say it's more so the fact that sometimes you hear girls say guys don't take rejection well, right? In general. But I think guys throw way more 3-pointers than girls would ever throw in their entire lives. Naturally, because men should be the ones approaching, women shouldn't, right? I'm not really a fan of women approaching men or women are proposing to men. I think all that stuff is out. Fuck with that shit. But I do think it is sometimes important for all of us to have a little taste of what reality is like, and not live in like a little bit of a delusion. So from time to time, if a lady happens to bump, because imagine how much of an ego dent, how much of a bruise it would be to your ego if you're a really attractive girl and you get turned down by a guy you think is not even good enough to be with you in the first place, But what it might teach you is that, yeah, there are some guys out there that'll fuck anything that moves, but there are also some guys out there that have, morals, principles, that do things a certain way. And in that particular, because imagine a scenario where PLAQUEBOYMAX is single, but he just didn't want to kiss her on camera because he didn't want to fuck up any for future opportunities. He didn't want to just be unprofessional and stream and stuff. I don't think that's a problem, but it's her reaction that's the worst thing about it, because it's not about him not being single. It's just the fact that he didn't want to do it. and it wasn't really a correct time or the right place to even, you know, go for that sort of thing. It's really inappropriate, really, if you think about it. And like I said, if the roles were reversed, he'd be calling all sorts of names. He'd be labeled all sorts of things. So let's also keep that in mind. It's all kind of ha-ha, he now, but if the roles were reversed, he'd be getting quote-unquote cancelled now. You get me?
What? Bro, that's so anti-black business. That's so anti-black business, bro. Why we gotta bring them ties involved? I'm not trying to bring in my Jewish brothers. Chill.
So your new fame, his Instagram, I don't even know who gave him the idea. Do you know the connotation behind the word plaque? And I don't know if this is maybe a different kind of plaque that you're talking about. Maybe it's a different one, but the first thing I thought of, because I don't think he has any real plaques, was plaque on your cheek.
She ate.
Wrong finger.
She ate. But I do though, baby. I do though. Shout out Fred and Skep. I do though. You gotta stop playing with me, nigga. It's lit over here. Yo, why is she doing this, bro? Why is she doing this? Yo, listen. Listen. Kenya, we don't have to beef. Just accept the L. It's fine. Exactly. I get it. You're probably used to taking L's less. Guys, we all know men are more used to taking L's. Niggas get rejected more on a daily basis than women, especially pretty women. Kenya, you graded out in the first quarter. It's lit. Just take the L and walk away.
When you're an arrogant person, this is when you...
It's no point, bro. I'm just hearing you, but I'm not understanding you. I don't get it, Kenya. I don't understand you. You don't make sense. How am I arrogant for not wanting to kiss you? I'm arrogant for not wanting to kiss you. What? How? Yo, guys, this world is cooked. It's cooked.
This bitch talking about the height of your career. She was on that show in 2009, still bringing that up. Bitch, start a family.
Chill with bitch. I'm not calling her, you feel me? I'm not calling her a bitch. She's double my age. You feel me? I'm not calling her a bitch. I respect my elders, aunties, whatever you want to call them. You feel me? Let's be careful with that, guys. Here's the problem, bro, and this is why I don't like ever having no problems with women on stream, because that gives an opportunity for all the incels to come out. Please don't be an incel, nigga. Please, all right? I appreciate y'all defending me, but, bro, be respectful, though.
That's good. And look at him. Even in the height of all the drama, where he could kind of maybe call her names, he's still trying to keep the tempers, you know? He's still trying to keep the temperature low. He's still trying to bring it back down. Let's not be disrespectful, but I don't know, man. That lady is fried, man. Her brain must be so broken. And she's definitely making it worse. But hey, what do we know? Absolutely nothing. What do we know? Absolutely nothing. Moving on quickly. I want to mention this clip because I thought this is absolutely fascinating, because I read somewhere, I'm not sure if this is true, but I read somewhere that the City Girls started around the same time Cardi B did. I'm not sure if that's true, but I did read it somewhere, maybe on a tweet. Somebody said that the City Girls kind of were founded or came to get whatever, were a group or a duo, right? Her and Carisha, JT and Carisha, sorry, the same time Cardi B was, which makes this clip even more fascinating. So this clip features one former member of City Girls, JT, who's now on a solo tour. She's performing somewhere. Where she's performing. She's performing. She's not performing for her own crowd. Sorry, she's performing at a Jeezy and Friends show in Orlando, Florida, and it doesn't go well because the crowd doesn't seem to be that enthusiastic about her, right? Or they're not singing her songs. And she says that she's never gonna perform again. She kind of like storms off the stage, has a bit of a tantrum. Now, what I'm thinking when I see this clip, number one, what I mentioned, the Cardi B thing, is it must be kind of brutal as well to the ego if you've been around at the same time as Cardi B, or for as long as Cardi B, but you're doing these type of shows and you're not getting any traction and you're not getting any support. That's got to be kind of brutal if you've been around that long. You've been maybe like 10 plus years in the industry, or maybe just under 10 years, and you're still having to go through situations like this.
You want to know something funny? I want to tell y'all. When they be putting me on these shows now, with like the legends, I don't know if I'm a YN or an OG, because y'all be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm 33, I'm y'all age. I need y'all to have fun. Like, don't be staring at me. Don't be looking at me crazy. Because I don't know what age group I belong with no more. I don't know if I'm a YN or an OG. I think it's my last time with okay? Come on, y'all. I will not be doing no more shows with you. You know, I'm done. But I had so much fun, and I cannot wait to see the legends hit the stage. Good night.
JT, y'all show some love.
This is it.
I can't hear y'all. I can't hear y'all. I don't got time for this shit.
I don't know. I don't know if this is again. I don't know, because I'm trying to put myself in her feet. I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, not in her feet. Jesus Christ. I had a little uncle moment there. I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. If you were to perform as an opener, because I'm assuming that's what it is. No, sorry, it's not an opener. She's performing for a Jeezy and Friends show. Young Jeezy, you know who he is, famous rapper from back in the day. So if she's performing at a Young Jeezy show, and I'm assuming those type of Young Jeezy shows or those type of and Friends shows, either there's openers or you perform in between. So maybe there's an opener, then Jeezy performs for 40 minutes, then an opener plays for 10 to give him a break, then he comes back out for another 40, so on and so forth. But it's not your crowd, right? Those people are coming out to see Jeezy and Friends. They're coming to see Jeezy perform with other artists that he collaborated with in the past, back when he kind of came out. But if you bring a new artist on, you're trying to, bring a new crowd to also kind of see you. But it's just not your audience. It's too much of a hodgepodge of an audience. So you're not really going to get the attention and love that you want. So I think in this type of scenario, if I'm JT, just do the show. Don't get too stressed. Don't be too worried. Don't be too annoyed or pissed off or agitated by the crowd's lack of enthusiasm for you, because they're really not there for you anyway. They're there to see Jeezy and Friends, which means Jeezy and his collaborators and shit, not you. So just go through your numbers, do your fucking hits, and keep it moving. It's not that deep. She didn't need to throw this hissy fit. But I think what this hissy fit shows is just a level of entitlement that a lot of people seem to have nowadays, across the board. Whether they're with their jobs, relationships, friendships, like people are just like unwilling to just do the job. Just do the job, innit? Like, stop crying at the beginning or in the middle and expecting things, and just do your fucking job. Sing your songs, rap your fucking lyrics, and keep it pushing. But on the flip side, I also think, not to make this pod too musical, because this is not where I do the music stuff. I'm gonna probably get into it in depth on Taz. I'll probably bring this up again on Taz. But just to give you a little hint of what I might be on in terms of thinking, I'm thinking when it comes to JT, maybe her positioning is all wrong anyway. I know she came up with the City Girls, and she came up with this whole, and she came up in that whole generation of Hot Girl Summer, where there was like Peak Megan, Peak Sweetie and stuff, right? But I think solo JT should probably stop performing for the blacks, if I'm honest. And it's going to be hard for her to take. It's going to be hard for her to push, because a lot of her image is about being a black beautiful girl and shit. But I think she's not really going to get the fans that she wants rapping for these people. I think she needs to go where the whites are. She needs to go where the fucking international audience is. I think that would be more her thing. I think she's performing for the wrong crowd in general. I think a Jeezy crowd is never going to listen to JT anyway. But I think, black people across the board, I think they're probably all set. The guys over there, they're probably all set when it comes to City Girls. They don't really give a fuck. And I think a lot of them have already made their mind up on what JT's like as a person. So maybe that's her problem. Her problem may be that she's not performing enough dive bars. She's not performing in enough 1,000 cap arenas and festivals and, little hole in the walls, and kind of building herself up that way. I think she needs more of that and less of these shows. But again, I could be wrong. Moving on. BOBBI ALTHOFF. So Bobby ALTHOFF, for some reason,
dancing the Argentine tango.
Bobby ALTHOFF for some reason thought it would be a good idea to post her man on social media, doing a little TikTok thing. Why do I say she thought it would be a good idea? Because I remember there was another clip of her where her guy, the mixed race dude behind her, I don't know if he's mixed race or not, but let's just say the black guy behind her. I remember there was another clip that went somewhat viral, and I think he's wearing a bomber jacket or something, and they do another type of dance, and that also wasn't received well. So she got fair warning. She got fair warning a couple of months ago when she tried to put her boyfriend on the social media that people online were just going to troll her and attack her and just start calling her names. She didn't learn that lesson. She put him again on her TikTok. She filmed this clip I'm going to play now.
The Argentine tango. With his partner Daniela Karagoc, it's Dylan Efron.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away.
So, cute video, nothing, kind of harmless, you know, just them showing their fun couple times. Unfortunately, the fans didn't agree, or the viewers or the trolls, and they were just, you know, destroying her in the comments. So much so that she decided to get back onto her TikTok and post this very teary confession about how the comments are hurting her feelings and shit. And obviously, this is the wrong thing to do. I understand she's upset. I understand that she's not happy about how people reacted to seeing her boyfriend on her social media, and they were calling her names and saying she's a whore and, you know, she's a shitty mom and all this malarkey and she's for the street, whatever they were saying about her. So I think they're calling her a ran through and shit, right? I know it's not nice to see that, but you just got to ignore it and keep it moving. You can't be posting clips of yourself crying over comments and telling people to leave you alone, because guess what? They're going to not leave you alone. They're going to bully you even more.
Today I posted a video of me and my boyfriend, and so many of the comments, every single time I post him, which we've been together for a year, but without fail, every single time I post him, all of the comments are about how I'm ran through and, oh, look, another one, or he...
If every time you post your boyfriend on social media, people relentlessly bully you, I'm sorry, lady. I know it's sad because it's your social media and you want to share your life and do your thing. I get it. But surely for the sake of your mental health, you should just probably stop posting your boyfriend on social media. Surely. I know it's not fair, right? Because even if she is a ran through, even if all those things people say about her to be mean are true, does she deserve to get mercilessly trolled for it for the rest of her life? I don't think so, personally. Right? You don't need to be mean about it. You can think she's whatever, but you don't need to be cruel about it. But I just don't understand why you would repeatedly post your boyfriend on there when you know people are just going to destroy you and then you're going to end up crying. Like, why would you do that yourself?
Probably doesn't know how ran through she is, or just mean things. And and if I post any video truly in general, the amount of hate comments I get are just like unreal. And I think to be fair to her, she does make a good point. Why does she get that many hate comments anyway? I was thinking about it today or earlier when I saw this clip. I was like, it is a bit odd, isn't it? The level of vitriol she gets in hate. Because even if she is a whore, what has she actually done on the internet that's been bad? I guess for most people, I guess the men out there, because that's the thing about her. That's, I think, the problem. I think she mentions it later in the clip. I don't think she has a lot of girl fans in there. I think that might be her issue. I think her issue is that she has a gun. She has a lot of big up.
She's seasoned chicken.
She's seasoned chicken. Yeah. Exactly. Why did I immediately imagine the chicken in the wrap in the tray you get in the shop? You know, the little fillet. Big up, Mr. CEO girl. She hasn't done anything bad to anybody, but I think her problem is that she has men as her fan base. And because the men are her fan base, and when everyone found out that she split up with her husband, I think in the midst of that Drake interview, right? Because the optics were really bad. I think she interviews Drake as one of her kind of big first guests on her podcast. And then in and amongst that time, she splits up with her husband. She's got 2 young babies under the age of 5 or something. And then she starts hanging out with celebrities. And it kind of makes her look like a shitty mum because it looks like she's not really hanging out with her kids. You know, we don't really have any context of what happened, but it kind of looks like she split up with her husband to pursue her career as a podcaster, you know, influencer type. Maybe Drake fucked her and they split up because of that. Who knows? But I think all of that stuff is what made people hate her. But is that enough to like hate her forever though? I get the Hawk Tour. Like, I understand hating Hawk Tour girl more than I understand Bobby. Am I in the minority here? I think I understand why people would hate Hawk Tour girl forever, but I don't necessarily see why they would hate this girl forever. You can find her annoying and not funny, right? You can kind of hate her content and think she's boring, but hate to make her cry. I don't know.
I think it's because I have a lot of men following me, and they just have so much to say. They have so many mean things to say, and as much as I wish that these comments didn't get to me, it's like, I'm human, and if you got this many negative things said about you every day, it would get to you too.
She's trying to make you like, she's trying to look at the camera all sad to try and make you feel bad for her, but she's not realizing that this is going to encourage people to want to make her cry more. Like, every time I see someone cry on camera, it makes me laugh. I'm like, are you for real? You're a grown-ass adult. You pressed record while you were crying and you uploaded that. Like, it makes me laugh uncontrollably. Like, I think less of you now that you're crying like this. And I'm sure her quote-unquote bullies, right, her trolls, are gonna love this. They're gonna make it their mission to make her cry again. Like, why can't you just ignore the comments? Like, is that really that hard, that difficult? Just to ignore the fucking comments, to just essentially post and go. So if you're that desperate to post your boyfriend, because I just don't get that bit about it. Every time you post your boyfriend, you get loads of hate. Stop posting your boyfriend on your social media then. Let him post you on his social media. Maybe he might not get any hate. You can kind of live through his own social media. Is it really that important to be posting the fucking stupid dance in the kitchen? Fucking hell.
And I don't even know what the point of, I don't want sympathy from people. I'm saying this because I hope if you're one of the people who hate me, maybe you'll watch this and reconsider it.
No chance. By the way, big up people saying about the Drake interview was crazy. You know what's interesting about the Drake interview, right? Like, it does look kind of crazy, innit? I'm just thinking about it. It did look kind of crazy. Because I'm sure the divorce happened after the Drake interview dropped, and then people were like, because they were like, let's not lie. The second interview that they did, it was clear that Drake was like doing most of the flirting. But that first interview they did, they were both equally flirting with each other. So they do the interview, it's kind of whatever. She comes out of nowhere, she blows up, she does a Drake interview. It's aggressive. They're kind of, you know, somewhat flirting on that interview. I think so on the first one. And then you find out about the divorce. And then you find out she's got 2 little babies. You know, it's like... And then, but I honestly think her main problem is that she hasn't got enough girl fans. I think that's her main problem. I think because she came out of the gate, people kind of liking what she looked like as guys. Then when you find out that she kind of ditched her husband, well, she didn't really ditch her family, but I'd imagine not. I imagine the real story with her family is probably that they just fell up, they just kind of, you know, grew apart and stuff. But it kind of looks bad, innit? No guy's gonna really, I won't say respect you, but you know. That's your issue, kind of. But again, just stop posting your fucking boyfriend.
And maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe that's an impossible ask. But it's like... It's... Like, as a people pleaser, having so many people...
That's something I will press extra doubt about. I was just thinking in my head. You know what also might be the problem? Similar to Hawk Tour. Once we got past the Hawk Tour spitting thing and the whole, you know, street interview, they're both very unlikable, innit? If you think about it. Like, if you like listen to Hawk Tour's interviews or they don't come across as the most likable people in the world. That also might be part of her problem. She's not very likable. I'm not sure if it's her kind of aloof attitude or her face or like her demeanor, but she doesn't seem like like I get why guys would think she's attractive, don't get me wrong, but I just think in terms of likability, Like, she's not somebody that you'd want to root for, you know? I don't know. Yeah. So I'm not surprised she's got that many trolls. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not surprised there are people on the internet that want to make sure that her life's a living hell.
Be so mean to me online every day is so frustrating, and it's just, I wish I didn't care, but I've definitely stopped posting as much because all of my comments are just so mean. People are so mean to me on the internet, and it's like...
Big up MK, both vapid, but Haley, that's a good point. Big up MK. Haley was charming pre-scam. Yeah, that's a good point. I take it back. Haley was likable even before the scam. She was quite likable. She did come across very down to earth, very bubbly. Maybe the country accent kind of helped to disarm you, but she was really chill. But that money, corrupt. That Haley Welch, what is that name? Haley Welch, right? Hog to a girl. She's good example of what money will do to you. That one fucking rug pull, like, changed her fundamentally. I understand it helped her, you know, settle her family and put her family in a better position, and she probably couldn't turn down the money. But that one fucking rug pull, dealing with those people in that scene, you know, hanging around those crypto bros and those people that do rug pulls, it really fucked with her brain, didn't it? She's never been the same person. She's never gonna be the same again. But this lady here is just like, I don't know.
What? Because...
Yo, big up, Jag RDV. Puerto Rico here for the Akaash and homeless cats. Yeah, we're going to do the Akaash stuff next as well, I think as well. Akaash stuff is coming up next.
I sleep with every guest, and it's like, literally, I do not, but you won't ever believe that.
Big up,
powerful bunch.
Big up, Sadaziz.
What a sad life. Coming into undeserved opportunity and money. Fame for being vanilla and a terrible interviewer. And now she can't even post her light-skinned man's in cringe vids. The real victim.
When you put it like that, expertly put, well put, better put than I could have ever said. Absolutely killed it. Absolutely smashed it out of the park. Exactly. Again, my friend, it kind of goes back to what I said earlier about JT. Motherfuckers just can't do their job nowadays. All she had to do was keep doing the fucking aloof, not really impressed shtick, the fucking dry humor, whatever. All she had to do was just do her job, and she still couldn't do it. You know, like, I watched a documentary about her on from Jamari, I think, talking about how her podcast went downhill, and it happened so quickly. Like, she went from interviewing like Mark Cuban and shit, and then boom, just doing some podcasts outside of her garage door. I was like, how the fuck do you fumble this? Like, you're already born on near the fucking finish line anyway. You were given all the advantages, and you still found a way to fucking fumble it. And now here you are on camera crying because you can't post your fucking boyfriend. Like, come on, girl, come on. This is not a struggle. It's a bit annoying, don't get me wrong, but this is not a real struggle. Like, let's get a grip. Let's get a little grip.
And maybe if I were ugly, you would not even say that. Because I tried to tell myself those don't matter, but it's like, then I'm a horrible mother, and it's like, I am such a good mother.
Big up user. Big up user says, people are annoyed that she has no talent too. I disagree with you, my friend. I used to think that. I disagree. I used to think that when it came to Brendan. I used to think that when it came to DSP and stuff, right? I used to think, oh, these, like, I wonder if a lot of their hate that comes towards Brendan, all these type of people, DSP is not a good example, but Brendan Shaw being the best example, is to do with the fact that they've got, like, undeserved success, right? Because the whole kind of, if you think about it, like, part of Brendan's, like, real success was, like, doing stand-up. Obviously, podcasting did well, but the stand-ups what really kind of, you know, elevated him and obviously made him more famous, made him more money. And how did he become a famous, you know, stand-up at one point? Was undeserved, right? He kind of got brought in. He kind of got given, you know, the gatekeepers, you know, opened the gates for him, which are Brian Callen and Joe Rogan. They put him on shows and whatnot. We know how the story goes with Showtime and shit. But I don't think that's true. I think most of the public, most people watching these people, myself, others, you also would like to be somebody that can get away with making money without having no talent. I think most people around the world would love to be able to make money and not work. Most people would love to make money and do very little to make that money. Like, most people would probably enjoy living vicariously through people who have figured out a way of how to do that. I just think the key is to be likable in the long term. That's the problem. I think that's the key. And for some reason, I've noticed, especially doing this show and stuff and watching people, there is something about making money this way that breaks people's brains and makes them think that they're like bigger and smarter or something more than they are, and they kind of lose themselves. But if you can keep yourself grounded, if you can kind of make money, you know, imagine you hook to a girl, you make money for that fucking short 2-minute fucking street interview. If you can just remain the same person and not change and not let it get to your head, people are going to keep rooting for you. But the moment you start, you know, thinking your shit doesn't stink and whatever else it may be, people turn against you. So I don't really believe that people hate these people like Bobby ALTHOFF because they have no talent and make money. I think they hate them more because, you know, you have no talent, you make money, and you're fucking complaining all the time, and you're fucking taking it for granted all the time, and it seems like you're a shitty mum, and it seems like you might be a ran through. I mean, the list goes on, the list goes on.
Anyone who knows me in real life knows I'm an amazing mother, and my kids, I care so much about, and that's another part of it that really gets me, is like one day my kids are gonna be old enough to read these comments, and it's just like, I wish people weren't so mean.
And people in the comments are talking about her being a ran through. I don't think the ran through is a problem. Honestly, people, I can't think of it now off the top of my head, but there's plenty of women, attractive ones in the public eye, who are bona fide ran throughs, but they're just more likable. They're just more, you know, they just have a little bit more decorum with it, you know? She just doesn't move correctly. She's a little bit, you know what I mean? There's something about the way she moves, the way she acts, people don't like. I don't think it's to do with her being ran through. I honestly don't think it's to do with her being ran through, because, you know, we don't really have any proof that she's a ran through, first of all. But even if she was, I don't think that's the main reason. I think it's because of just how she moves, how she acts, the way she talks, you know, the way things have kind of transpired in her career, all this malarkey. That's most of the issue. I don't really think I don't seriously think that there's people out there that have a real big problem that she might be, you know, very sexually active. I don't know. That seems a bit nuts, you know, to like, I don't know. What if she does enjoy? I don't know. Maybe that is the case. Maybe I'm being naive, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's to do with more her not being likable.
So grateful for this job because I make a lot of money to post myself on the internet, to film videos, and it has given me and my kids a really great life. But sometimes it's like especially harder to like.
Babe, you can't have it all. I'm sorry, you can't have it all. Again, goes back to the JT point. Do your fucking job. If this is the one opportunity in life that you've gotten that's made you more money than you've ever made in your entire life, and are giving your kids a life that they could probably have never imagined if you didn't put your face in front of a camera, you just have to suck it up the comments, bro. You just have to. At this point, she should probably have a handler. She needs a handler, innit? She needs someone to handle her comments, and she should just post and ghost. Because you shouldn't be on camera crying like this, because she's just making it worse.
On Sundays, I don't have my kids. They're with their dad. And I get to sit here and I read comments and I shouldn't, but it's like, it's so hurtful. And so many people are so angry. They're so angry that I am not with my ex anymore. And he's in a happy relationship. Why can't I be in one too? And yeah, our relationship didn't work out. Like, newsflash, you guys. I was 21 when I met him on Bumble, and 10 months after knowing him, I was pregnant with our daughter. And he gave me the two best things in my life, and I will forever be grateful for that. But
powerful bunch.
She's really sitting in a dark room recording herself crying on her phone. Her phone is an Apple. Thank you, Dallas.
Brilliant. I just thought about that. My hand too. Big episode. He's fucking brilliant.
When he was 30, look at 21-year-olds now, and I'm like, you're so young. You're so young. Like, how did I think I was old enough to be so grown? Anyway.
By the way, I'm not too sure what she means by the like, I met him on Bumble, then 10 months later we had a kid. Is she trying to say that's a bad thing? Because they got married, no? They got divorced, so they were married. She had 2 kids with this guy. Maybe they got married after the first or second, but at one point they got married. So it wasn't like, she's making it sound like it was all like a whirlwind and it was too much. Like, no, but you had your, yes, you had kids quickly after getting together within the year. Don't get me wrong, that's not like a, they weren't taking it slow. They were going for it. Cool. But then you guys got married. So clearly you saw a future with this guy, Young or not, clearly you saw a future that you could have had. And again, it's just the optics. Maybe it's not the truth, but the optics, she has to admit the optics of it look terrible. Then as soon as you start to get around celebrities and stuff, as soon as you start to get around the niggas, you fucking ditch the guy. And has she been with a white guy since, by the way? Not that it matters. But has she been with a white guy since? I don't think so. They've all been like 6'2" plus. They've all been like 6'2" plus, less than 10% body fat guys, So it's like, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'm sure it's all just coincidence. It's unfortunate. And also a part of me wonders, would she have benefited people? People on Twitter, let me know if this is true. If I'm onto something here. Would Bobbi Althoff have benefited from just coming? Because you remember when all those rumors started about her breaking up with her husband because she fucked Drake, right? That was a narrative we were running with. Would she have benefited from coming out and addressing that? Because she never addressed it. I wonder if that was part of the problem also. People are running with this narrative that Drake broke up her marriage, but she never addressed it, never said anything. Drake obviously never addressed it because it makes him look fucking great. But she never came out and said anything and said, no, guys, this is not true. Me and whatever George were going through things before this happened. We were married, but we probably got married too soon. I'm really young still. I'm a bit, whatever. She never really, I wonder if the conversation, the sentiment around her would be different if she actually addressed it head on and just, and didn't ignore it like she did.
It's just embarrassing, I guess. Like, I feel embarrassed by all of the comments because it's just like, I don't know.
Pick up Young Old Vibes. Pick up Young Old Vibes saying everything I just said in less words and very concise. The truth is, she just got around men with more money and Ted had to go. You know what, right? People in the stream chat, let me know this. My fellas, especially my fellas. If you're Ted, I don't know if that's his name, but big up Young Old Vibes. If that's his name, it's hilarious. If it's not, even more hilarious. But my fellas in the stream chat, if you're Ted, wouldn't you be a little bit relieved that it happened? I know as a man, it's gonna hurt your ego, right? As a man, to see your wife, your baby mum, lying on lying in the bed with Drake, and he's like overly flirting with her, and she's giggling and shit, right? It's gonna hurt your ego, and then later on you end up getting divorced and shit because maybe you find some texts on her phone that you don't like, and then she ends up hooking up with all these fucking athletes and shit, and people that are way richer than you are. But wouldn't it be a relief to kind of get rid of her a little bit? To kind of, okay, cool, she's shown her true colors. Okay, I can now live my life. You know what I mean? Fuck her. Wouldn't it kind of be a relief? It wouldn't. I don't think I'd be as hurt as people make it seem as, oh, because I'm not as rich as all these rich guys. I think I'd be quietly relieved. I'd be because she's a bit of a fan, isn't it? She's a bit of a fan. She's a bit of a, for lack of a better term, what did you Americans say? Bop, innit? Is it bop? She's a bit of a bop to me. She's giving that kind of vibes, As Jungle Vibes, she seems very easily impressed. She seems like the kind of girl, if you bought her a Cartier love bracelet, she's yours. She's the type of girl, if you bought her a fucking Tiffany chain, you got a chance. Like, she seems easily impressed by like shiny things. So I think if you're a fella, you'd be like, you know what? I'm actually happy we're getting divorced because, you know what I mean?
Why people are so mean. I mean, I do. But it's just like, I wish it would stop. But I don't know how to make it stop. Some people post and their comments are so nice and people are so nice about them, but it's like...
Yo, be up quiet in the stream chat. I see you, brother.
You people are so fucking mean to me under anything I post, and it's like, why? Literally just, why do you guys hate me so much? I don't get it. I don't know what I did to deserve that. It's just frustrating.
I would actually love to hear from some of those people in the comments. I'm not going to lie. I'll be fascinated to hear some people in the comments who do troll her and do make her cry, why they do hate her. Like, legitimately, like, why they fucking hate her. It would be funny if somebody said, yeah, because she reminds me of my ex-wife. She's a fucking airhead. She's a fucking bop. She you know what I mean? She got, like Young Old Vibe said, she got around some rich guys and she fucking lost her composure and she put her whole family in jeopardy because she went to hang out with fucking Rich the Kid. You know what I mean? Like, I would actually love to hear it from people. I would actually love to hear it. But this is a bad move from this girl. This is a bad move. This is not going to stop the bullying. This is going to only make it worse. I understand she wants to post her boyfriend on her fucking social media. It's my boyfriend. It's my social media. I can do what I want. But girl, if people are bullying you about it, that's making you cry, making you crash out, making you not sleep, not eat, just take the L and stop posting your boyfriend on your socials. It really isn't that deep. But hey, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Let's move on. American Redact's got a new video about Akaash. Let's watch that. American Redact has a new video out about Akaash. So let's watch that. Akaash Singh's humiliation ritual just got way worse. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. This is probably gonna be full of loads of cringe. Please prepare yourself for loads of cringe. And in a very weird twist to the events that happened in previous days, I've been covering a lot of this stuff on here on Taz. I'm not gonna lie, man. Over the last couple of days, I've started to feel really bad for Akaash. I didn't in the beginning, but I'm not gonna lie, I've started to feel really bad for him because he's in a tricky spot, innit? Because he for sure knew what this girl was like before he married her. He just ignored it because lonely, because he thought she was hot, because whatever, pressure from family to marry somebody, I don't know. But there's no chance this girl just surprised him with her personality. She's been like this from the beginning. So that's one thing, right? The other thing is that most likely her personality and her behavior has probably been causing them some slight problems back at home anyway. But now it's all over the internet and we're involved, right? Us strangers, us random people in we're now involved in their fucking marriage. But some of us are actually making some good points. And some of us are actually giving him some good suggestions, such as divorce that lady and run. But he can't do that, can he? Like, let's be honest, he really can't divorce that lady. If anything, he should be trying to fix the marriage, right? Maybe, you know, counseling, whatever, having some private chat, you know, within the family, and just creating or setting forth some boundaries, you know, setting some boundaries in place so that things like this don't happen again. But he's really caught between a rock and a hard place, to be fair, you know? Because you kind of don't want to divorce her because you don't want to admit defeat, you know, in terms of the internet, if that makes any sense. But then you obviously should because she's fucking horrible. So it's like, you should probably get out before it gets too late. But then I've heard there's no prenup. So if he does divorce her, she might take everything. And he just started making really good money recently. I feel bad for that guy. I'm not going to lie. I feel bad for him.
There's no way a girl this beautiful doesn't break my heart. I was like, there's no way this isn't going to end with me with egg on my face.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of
this woman as well. I don't like how she giggles about all this stuff. When Jesseline fucks your man, I don't want to see you crying on social media. This lady's out here giggling all this too much about this. Her friend talking to her in excessive detail about her man's dick. When Jesseline fucks your girl in pink. When Jesseline fucks your girl, when Jesseline fucks your man, sorry. When Jesseline or is that her name? Jesleen, right? Fucking no, Jezebel. When Jesleen fucks your man, I don't want to see you crying on the internet.
Weird, because I'm talking about your husband.
Alright, so it seems that Akaash Singh's brutal humiliation ritual just continues to get worse. Because it's almost been 3 weeks since Myron from Fresh and Fit exposed Akaash's bizarre relationship with his wife, how she fantasizes about other men on her podcast.
Oh, he started it. Oh, that must be so satisfying, innit? He started the hate train. I didn't know that. I just thought her podcast popped up and everyone started talking about it. If Myron started the hate train against fucking Akaash, that is beautiful revenge, isn't it? That's beautiful for revenge for when Fresh and Fit went on fucking Flagrant and Schultz and fucking Akaash were just like putting their nuts on their heads, you know? That's got to feel good if you're Myron. That's got to feel fucking good. Good revenge there.
And how she reminisces on all the fun she had in the frat houses back in college. Which doesn't even seem that bad until you realize that she tricked Akaash into believing that they were both virgins up until their marriage.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped.
By the way, I disagree with that statement. I don't think Akaash's wife tricked Akaash that she's a virgin. I think two things happened. I think number one, Akaash's wife has a very, very, very different definition of what being a virgin is than you and I have. Very different definition. I also think Akaash wanted to believe her. You know? So if somebody tells you something that they think is true and you want to believe it, are they deceiving you or are you deceiving yourself?
Disconnect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was like, she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sure. Did you lie, or did you come right out and say like, oh, me too? Or was it, what did that conversation go like?
I don't remember how it came. I think she said
you blacked out?
She said it, and then I was like...
When she said, I'm a virgin, you went, your heart exploded?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we got happy. He's nothing compared to.
Exactly, dude. I was
a stallion compared to anybody else.
That's great. So happy.
Yeah, that for
sure.
sure.
So relieved.
You know what's really interesting, right? I'm only saying what I'm saying now about this, like, virginity thing, because I've just remembered now the reason why I'm saying it. I recently had somebody, you know, that I was seeing when I was in church back in the day, right? And this person told me, like, after not seeing them in a long time, oh yeah, guess what? I'm still a virgin, you know? And in my head I was like, what? A, why are you telling me? Of course, you know, she's throwing out the bat signal. She wants the kid, but, you know, I'm not with that right now. I'm focusing on the streams. But I was like, what? How would you refer to yourself? Like, I couldn't understand that, because I was like, when I was with you, we did everything but the final for act. So me personally, I would say if you did that, you're not a virgin. You know what I mean? You can't, the idea of a girl thinking she's a virgin just because she fucks anal is insane to me. But I'm sure there are some girls out there that think that way. I'm sure that's a thing. Like, if it's not vaginal sex, then it's, you know, it doesn't count. But I'm sorry, if you do everything under the sun except from allowing a guy to put his wee-wee in your VV, you're not a virgin. Let me just put that out there.
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Wait, okay, I have two butthole stories.
Like, even that story, right? Even that story, like, let's break down the fucking spicy language. Popping my pussy. When you say popping your pussy, I obviously think of, like, I could be charitable. I could give it the benefit of the doubt, and I could say maybe she means twerking. Maybe she means that whining and grinding. Maybe she means that dry humping. But then when she follows up popping my pussy with, I had a roster, I'm sorry, you were fucking. Because how does the combination of popping my pussy and having a roster not equal fucking? Because that's what it means to me. Like, why would you have a roster of guys? Why would you say the term roster if it's not relating to, because even you guys use it, right? Guys use it referring to women. I had a roster of girls. You use that to say there was a selection. I had a selection of girls that I could choose from, or that I routinely rotated to have sex with. That's the only way you could describe it. Unless, and again, I'm gonna do this a lot throughout this whole theory because, you know, let's just entertain nonsense. Unless, right, this is a really horrible take, but hear me out. Unless this Jasleen girl is, do you guys remember in school there was those type of girls that would just lie about hookups? I'm sure the girls in Stream Chat know what I'm talking about. There are girls that used to exist when you were younger that just used to like lie. Oh yeah, and then this one time I was with this guy, right, and he just kept like sticking each other, like they just lie. I don't know if it's because they wish they did it, or because they like to like create these stories, make people think they're way more sexually experienced. But you know, there are girls that just lie about things they got up to with dudes. So maybe this is just what she's doing. She's just lying. I don't know. But if she's telling the truth, she's not a virgin, and you know, you can't say roster without me thinking you're fucking loads of dudes.
So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And
in my opinion, again, this little section of this story is whore behavior. The amount of cheeks that I've been able to sample running that same game, usually on whores. Usually whores in denial, because this usually happens as well if you approach a girl when she's with her friends, right? Because girls don't like their friends knowing that they're whores, so they kind of, you know, act like they're not really with it, and then as soon as their crew starts to disperse, they come back around and be like, hey, you know, they're there again, you know. But the amount of whores cheeks I've been able to run in that same play of like, oh yeah, don't worry, I just want to come back and I'm just tired, I just want to sleep. I mean, yeah, not going to do anything. Bruh, if she was doing that, if she was involved in those type of situations, that's not somebody that's protecting their virginity. That's not a person that's like religious. I don't think so. Because that should be like, I don't know. I think most girls who are like cautious about not letting guys within their personal space, you don't just let somebody sleep over and I'm not going to do anything. Like, what? You let him drop you off at the curb, man, at your door, like, sayonara, go home, man. Keep you and your blue balls, go home. You don't let him, oh no, it's okay, because but you have to sleep on the couch. Oh, come on, man. You know I'm taking that midnight walk, bro. Fucking tinger, you know? Looking for the bath.
And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God.
And the whole thing was so
that part of this, I'm not gonna lie, no, I still think that I was gonna say, what's the worst, what if I was Akaash, what would embarrass me the most? I'm still gonna say that video clip of her going to a place where I think there were laser removing things, right? She was like lying down on the table with her butt cheeks out. I think that would hurt me the most. But I think coming close second will be this story. My wife just sharing that she, you know, casually was getting fucked in her ass, like, you know, my supposed virgin wife. That would break my heart. Like, I don't know.
Explosive that it pretty much nuked the guy's entire online presence and reputation. And the worst part about this is that the story hasn't even died down yet. If anything, it's just starting to blow up. And honestly, it's become so mainstream that it's now permanently attached to Akaash's brand, ruining both his reputation.
Yeah, big up Colin in the stream chat. Call me romantic, but not getting kissed on 2 wedding proposals would wreck me. Yeah, exactly.
And his career as a podcasting comedian. Akaash's comedy largely revolves around criticizing other people's relationships, and most of the viral clips of his routine online have to do with him calling couples out in the crowd. But that really just won't work anymore since everyone knows that he's the biggest doormat of all time. I mean, we're already seeing it happen, because during his first comedy show after this whole story broke, he was apparently extremely awkward about the whole thing, and it was clear that it was affecting his act. Like, according to one of the audience members, he pretty much used his time on stage as a therapy session, pleading with the crowd that his wife is loyal and was just joking around this whole time. So the dude's clearly going through it. I mean, his wife single-handedly ruined his career and then bragged about it for clout. Like, she's trying.
And that's the thing I don't understand. It's like, like she, like, not even to get too like existential or spiritual about this, but she must be like a real dark-hearted person inside, because you're like a stay-at-home wife, right? You enjoy the fancy things. You enjoy that your husband is like famous and makes loads of money, so you can buy designer goods and live a really lavish lifestyle that you think you deserved, and soft life, soft life, soft life. If that's the case, why are you ruining a brand? You know? If you want to live that lifestyle, why are you ruining the brand by getting on these pods and yapping about your fucking sex life and shit? Just shut the fuck up. I'm not telling you not to have a podcast, but just shut the fuck up talking about your fucking college escapades. Stop talking about rosters. Stop talking about fucking the rowing team. You know? Just pretend it didn't happen. Just lie. For goodness sake. Protect the brand. If you protect the brand, I can buy you more Miu Miu. If you protect the brand, I can buy you more Gucci. I can buy you more Balenciaga. I can buy you more rings. Just protect the brand, bro. Fucking hell.
Really hard to be this girl boss influencer, but it's only resulted in the destruction of her husband's livelihood.
No offense to the homeless people, but like, you know when you get on the subway and there's like a homeless person sleeping?
I'm also going to down the hill that she's not that hot to do this. She's not hot enough to do this. I'm going to down that hill. She's not hot enough to get away with this. Not that you have to be hot to get away with bullshit behavior, but she's not even like in the 1%. She's not hot enough to get away with this. I refuse. She's not hot enough to get away with this. Like, you're not.
And like everyone has to get out of that car. Yeah. That's what my husband's balls smell like. Oh my God. I hope he's not mad.
Also, on top of the fact that it's likely ruined his...
I don't mind. Talk about my balls on the show. It's okay. Talk about my balls. She could talk about how short I am. But I just think because Akaash's content and his material and his brand is somewhat centered around relationships and dynamics and men and women and dating advice, you just have to leave that subject alone. You just can't step inside that world because you're going to damage the brand. I'm okay with her talking shit about his fucking height. Oh, he's this. Oh, his breath stinks. He's bald. Whatever. Just don't talk about the relationship and fucking and shit. That's the only thing.
Comedy career. What's even worse about this whole thing is that it's likely destroyed the dynamic he has with Andrew Schultz and the guys on the Flagrant podcast. Because the Flagrant podcast has always loved to clown on guys in these types of relationships.
Whatever makes you sleep at night. Yo, do you think that your girl has slept with 3 times the amount of guys she's told you?
Why the fuck did you just ask me that?
I need to make it real.
I didn't say body count. I said I want to hear about a couple of the previous.
Why you want to hear about mine?
I just want to see.
What are you going to get out of that? What are you going to get out of that?
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure she got good taste.
Yeah, that's some cuck shit.
Just make sure she got good taste. Imagine.
I mean, they probably have over 100 episodes torching Will Smith and everything his wife said about him in the media. But now that Akaash was exposed as the biggest cucumber...
Oh, that was the first time I see her look okay when he kissed her, actually. What clip was that?
Everything his wife said about him in the media. But now that Akaash was...
So she can be normal. That's the first clip I've seen of her where she's not like grimacing or winching, you know? Or like doing a fucking cobra snake dance away from him to kiss him. That's more like it. That's the only clip I've seen so far. This is the only clip where she looks like she's enjoying her husband's embrace. She doesn't mind it that he's touching her. Fucking hell, this Just Lingo is fucking something else, mate.
Exposed as the biggest cucumber king of all time, that dynamic really won't work anymore. I mean, Andrew...
Big up. Big up Josie, that's AI. Big up Coiler, she's still not kissing him though. Very good point. She's not kissing him back.
Schultz is never gonna let this go. And you can already tell that he finds this whole thing to be absolutely hilarious. Because the flagrant guys actually ended up responding to the whole thing while Akaash was away on vacation, and it seemed like they were desperately wanting to make jokes about it, but knowing how much it's eating away at Akaash, they just didn't.
Son, it was raining, now it's sunny, like the shit.
Akaash is in India or Dubai.
A
planned trip. A planned trip that was planned before this madness. Okay? He's there. And obviously we want to talk about what's going on, but we don't feel right talking about without him here. So once he's back, we're going to have that conversation. I'm sure that will be spirited.
They're in a tough spot, though. They're in a tough spot. Because, like I said previously when I saw this clip the first time, I've been in situations like this where, like, a guy friend in your group is dating somebody that's clearly not good for them. And there's nothing you can say to convince them that that is the case. All you have to do as a friend is just be there for them when shit eventually hits the fan. You don't want it to hit the fan, but when it does go south, you just want to be there for them. And what you don't do as well, if it does go south, is tell them, oh, I told you so, I told you so. You just put an arm around their shoulder, you just buy them a drink, and you just sit there in silence. That's what you do as a friend. You don't even try and celebrate and go, nah, it's none of that. You're just there for them, you know? If they need to get on the phone and talk, that's it. But there's nothing really you can do in this situation. Like, you can't convince Akaash that she's a bad, fit, that she's no good. He's like, I mean, if anything, he's going to want her more now, you know? So it's like, you just have to let it play out the way it plays out.
Climate
Powerful
change.
Yo, big up, big up, big up.
I really don't care if Akaash wife slept with whoever. It's just funny to watch these. Everyone can get these jokes. Guys get so sensitive. I think the overall trashing is deserved. Also, your phone is called the Apple. Thank you, Dallas. That's my time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing that's been really interesting to see, in it. Even with Schultz when the Riyadh, because he mentioned it again, Riyadh Comedy Festival, Bill Burr response. That's been an interesting thing to notice. These comedians who are like, everyone gets these jokes. Jokes are the great equalizer. I say what I mean what I say. Nothing can affect me. As soon as the jokes are aimed at them or the jokes are at their expense, they suddenly get very, very sensitive, innit? They suddenly cannot handle it. Suddenly niggas are on vacation. People are taking breaks. People are not responding. It's like, look at you. Look at you.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, that climate change.
Baking soda.
Yeah. Baking soda.
So we're not going to make any jokes, bro. We're not making any jokes. We're trying to treat
We're
this.
not making any jokes because we're a serious political podcast.
Yeah, we're high tea, man.
High tea.
And you could tell that they wanted to clown on him so bad, but held their tongues out of respect. Because in the Patreon episode they recorded later this day, they essentially roasted Akaash the entire time, and as a result, a lot of the episode is just a censored, blurry circle.
And we do it all over.
Oh, that was crazy. Cut that.
How do you want me to cut it out? What did
you want to cut?
I don't know. I don't even know.
What did you want to cut?
I don't even know.
Also, how would you do it? What would you just leave this really funny part in and then cut a random part and then we come back with enough energy?
Yeah, absolutely do that.
So what would happen? What was happening in that moment? Were you getting a little wild?
Nah, you said Akaash and then it was a cut.
I see.
See, there we go.
I see. That's interesting.
No.
If he makes you cut it all, you better tell me.
I will.
No, wait, no.
I want to hear all that same energy. I want to hear all that same energy.
I want to cut up. I'm saying it right now.
Anyway, what y'all want to talk about, man?
Nothing now.
I mean,
it's gonna annoy you a little. Like, I understand the hate. If you're somebody that got laughed at, if you're somebody that got mocked on Flagrant, right? If you were the news topic of that week, and Flagrant sat there and spoke about your thing in exhaustive detail and really laid into you based on some things they read online that may or may not have been true, and then now something happens in their crew and they're fucking giggling and censoring about it on Patreon. They're not wanting to mention it on the main show until the guy gets back. It's like, fuck off, you know? You motherfuckers have a lot to say about other people, and then suddenly when it's you, it's like, there's so many conditions, you know? There's all these adjustments. So, okay.
know that they have a separate group chat where they send each other all the clips of Jasleen disrespecting Akaash into oblivion.
It's kind of mad that her name is Jasleen, isn't it? It's like Jesleen, right? Jezebel, right? It's kind of mad that her name is Jasleen. Fuck, you know.
Also, just based off the way they were acting in these clips alone, it's almost as if they were relieved that the truth...
Exactly, Josie. I didn't even think about that. Exactly, Josie. What are your patrons paying for? You pay for a patron to let it fly, and you're getting on there and bleeping everything. Motherfuckers.
About Akaash's wife is finally out in the public. Like, they've probably tried for years to hint to Akaash that his wife is a monster that only loves Akaash's money. Because the fact of the matter is that the wife has disrespected Akaash.
Man, they get... This woman is under... Like, the best solution here. She goes off him, because clearly she wants a white man anyway, innit? Let her leave and go find her white knight. You know, and let him go and find there's an Indian lady. There's a Indian lady somewhere out there that would love to be spoiled the way that Jasleen is. Every picture of them together, they're somewhere nice. Every picture with them together, they're somewhere nice, wearing sparkly stuff, doing a fun couple thing, or he's fucking proposing for the 10th time. There's some Indian lady out there that'd be so happy to suck his dick every morning before he goes to podcasts. To suck his dick every morning before he podcasts for the life that this lady lives. And she can't even give him a kiss back on the fucking cheek.
Basically the entire time they've been together. Like, there's not a single photo or video of them online sharing a kiss or even pecking on the lips. In fact, she always manages to dodge Akaash when he tries to go in for a kiss, even at their own wedding. Also,
No. That's the wedding. Are you fucking kidding me? At the wedding. At the fucking wedding. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna go mad. At the wedding. Are you fucking... You're not gonna kiss me at the fucking wedding? I would go mad. He's probably paying for the whole thing as well. Isn't that what they do in that fucking community? Isn't that what they do in that community, in the Indian community? Don't like you... I know there's like dowries or whatever, but isn't it mostly the fucking... like, he's paying for the whole thing. He probably flew her entire family out there as well. And you're not going to kiss me back? Are you stupid? No, I'd go mad. I'd go fucking mad, bro. Are you insane? And you know what? You like, again, maybe we're being too overly parasocial. Please do forgive me if I'm being too emotional and too invested in this shit. Right? Maybe I'm reading too much into this. It's all one big joke. Ha hee hee, we got pranked. But am I the only person that gets... It's not the fact that she doesn't like to do the PDA. Am I the only person that gets the feeling that she doesn't like it when he touches her in like a romantic level, in a romantic way, in a sensual way, in a sexual way, whatever? That's the thing that annoys me the most. It's not that she doesn't like PDA. It's okay. You're not. Maybe she feels embarrassed because her family's there. But why do you look like you are so uncomfortable when he touches you? You know, she looks so uncomfortable. She looks like she's like she doesn't like. It's her first time. It's like she looks like a girl. Yeah, this is the example I'm going to use. She looks like she looks like a girl who's trying to get some more free drinks out of a guy. Yeah, you're in a club. A guy got you some free drinks. You don't want to fuck him. You don't want to do anything. You just want to get some free drinks out of him. But it gets to a point where he's not just going to get you another drink because you're talking. He's going to want a bit of, you know what I mean? He's going to want to maybe touch your bum. You might want to grab a boobie or two. Or if you're a smart girl, you kind of let him hug you. You kind of let his hands go down a bit. You know what I mean? Just so you can get the free drink. But you never let him kiss you. That's how she's acting. She's acting like a girl at Weatherspoons trying to get some free drinks without kissing the punter. I'm sorry. You have to kiss the punter. because he paid for the wedding.
In that same wedding video, she couldn't even say that she loved Akaash. She instead repeatedly says that she felt love from Akaash, which really can't be normal on the day of your wedding, right?
The first day I met Akaash,
He probably paid for all those outfits. Big up my Sikh people. Big up my Sikh mandem and geldem out there. He probably paid for all of those outfits.
I felt like I could feel love from him. And then the first date and the first time we kissed and the first time he asked me to be his girlfriend and on, I felt so much love from him that at the wedding mark, I didn't have any expectation for that feeling to increase, but that feeling has increased where I feel even more love from him than I ever thought that I could.
Funnily enough, though,
she still doesn't kiss him. She still doesn't kiss him. She gives him the corner of her mouth. She still didn't kiss him there, did she? She gave him the corner of her mouth. Oh my god, man. This fucking girl, man. She hates him, innit? It's okay if you don't like the guy. Just leave him then. Let him go with somebody else that's gonna appreciate the dude. She doesn't like him, innit? That's what I'm getting from this. This woman doesn't like this guy. She doesn't like him. She clearly doesn't. Look, I'm not really a believer in marriage and shit, right? That shit really isn't for me. But best believe, if I ever get married, I'm full face. Like, you know what I mean? I'm inhaling her face into my mouth. You get me? Who cares who's there, bro? It's my wedding day, bro. I'm inhaling your fucking face into my mouth. About corner of the mouth. Are you insane?
Funnily enough, though, out of all the things to get defensive about, it was the whole kissing on the cheek thing that made her make a response video, where she makes the excuse that she's just really uncomfortable with PDA, which honestly would be a good excuse if she wasn't on TikTok and her own podcast talking about all the sexual fantasies that she's done and wishes that she could do.
And then I'll also respond to the people saying I don't like my husband because I turned away from a kiss. I've never liked PDA. Physical touch, I find it really overstimulating. And so it's something I actually work through with my husband because
it's something I work through with my husband, you know. You know, it's going to be really funny. If I don't wish them to get divorced because, you know, divorce is a fucked up thing for families to go through. But, you know, it'll be fucked up. If they do end up splitting up and she ends up getting with somebody else, when somebody makes that montage of her with her new man and she's on a beach snogging, she's getting finger banged in the fucking swimming pool, that'll be an interesting kind of juxtaposition to juxtapose her saying this and her and a new man just like snogging everywhere because clearly she likes that person, you know? God almighty.
because that's his love language. And I feel like for him,
his love language is kissing. Isn't that what people do in relationships? His love language is kissing. I don't think love languages work that way, but hey. By the way, who started that love language thing? Was that Alan de Bottom or whatever his name is? Is that him? Whoever was responsible for introducing love language into our vernacular, you need to be put on charges as well. You fucked up a lot of girls and their brains. That whole love language thing, like, brother, we're husband and wife, man. Like, you respect me, I respect you. Like, let's just do that. About love language is kissing.
tries to do physical touch to regulate his emotions, and I find it really dysregulating. So it's something we kind of work through in high stress situations, because I get overstimulated when a lot of things are happening, and like my mother-in-law is there, my mom is there, and Akaash will tend to kiss me when there's a lot of people around, and sometimes I'm overstimulated, so I'm just like, oh, so yeah, if you want to know like my whole fucking psychosis.
And so even if
you feel shy about kissing your husband in front of your family members, just tell him, hey, can you lay off with the fucking handsy stuff in front of my family members? Cool. But the fact that he keeps doing it is making me feel like she picks and chooses, you know? She picks and it's not like a across the board thing. Because if it really was an issue, he would not keep trying to do it. Simple as that, really.
were the truth, it still doesn't justify not kissing him on the day of their own wedding. Or even just recently when Akaash proposed to her the second time while they were in India. Like, if you haven't seen that clip already, it's really bad. She not only dodges Akaash's kiss after he gets on one knee to propose, but after seeing the size of the diamond that Akaash sadly paid a lot of money for, it was literally all she could talk about for the rest of the video.
Is that a Rolex too? Look at the ring, bro. Look at the ring. The ring is blinding the camera. The diamond is blinding the camera. What happened to, like, again, is it another bit, is it going back to JT thing again? Going back to fucking JT. Big up Jatavia. Sorry to bring up your name again. But is this relating back to what I said earlier about entitlement? Do you remember back in the day when there was this thing about women, like, or just people in general, you know, like, oh, if I get something out of this, I'm like, I don't know, if you're a young guy and some older fucking lady was like holding you down and giving you money and taking care of you, guess what you did? When she called you to fuck, you were there. Rain or shine, you came, you ready to go. Flipped it with women. If you were dating some dude who was fucking spending money on you, treating you good, taking you to fancy places, giving you jewelry, guess what? When he said he wanted to fuck, you were there. What happened to that exchange? What happened to that simple exchange of like, okay, I'm kind of materialistic, I'm kind of vain, I'm kind of shallow, I like nice things. If you can buy me nice things and you're rich, then I'll pop my pussy for you. What happened to that exchange? Now we live in a world where motherfuckers want all the shiny things and don't want to give up anything for it in exchange. Huh? Like, I don't even care if she's a gold digger. Be a gold digger, cool. Rock that thing, wear it with pride. But you gotta do the job the whole way through. If you're the, you know what I mean? You gotta do the job the whole way through.
And since I am renewing my vows, I think the only thing to do is propose again.
Oh,
Ghislaine, will you be Ghislaine Singh forever again?
yes. Oh my God. Oh.
Take that drinky thing off. Drink eating.
Did you guys know this? Yes. Oh my God. How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Like, I'm just thinking back, right? Do you know there's times when like you're talking to a girl and it has happened to me in a long time, this, but it did happen, you know, it can happen to you, right? But you know when you're talking to a girl and
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up us on the
Huge yellow diamond ring and plain La Vian rose in the background and still no kiss. This is diabolical. Okay, big up Sadasies. You know when you're talking to a girl, right? And you might have those occasions where like you go in for like a kiss and they go in for a hug and it's awkward, right? That will sit with you in that situation. You might even bring up again like, oh, by the way, just what happened earlier, I'm sorry about, you know what I mean? Like, I think if I was Akaash, that would bother me in the moment. Like, I'd want to like talk about it, like, oh, like, there's something wrong, you know? Like, it wouldn't be just another thing that just happens, you know? Like, just a minor thing I just moved past. It would kind of, like, sit in the back of my head. It would, like, you know what I mean? It kind of chip away at me. I'd be like, oh, what happened there? It'd be a little thing I'd notice, like, even the sentences, like, even the way she's speaking, like, after she put the ring on, how big is this? It's like, huh? I think that might be the first time I've ever seen someone
I don't think I'm not married myself, and I haven't been around people who are married, but I don't think I've heard someone say how big is it after they put a ring on. You know? So it was a weird, that would bother me. I'd be like, wow, I'd bring that up. Like, why did you bring that up for? So if I bought you a smaller one, would that have been a problem?
What do you say? This is so cool. It looks so beautiful. Oh my god. You peed on Courtney Mustard.
So yeah, as you can see.
Yo, big up Johnny Sneeze. Johnny Sneed, AZ, you tried to defend this. No, I didn't. I did not try and defend anything. I'm in the business of always trying to see both sides. So when this story first broke, and even like the more I'm seeing of her, like the more I'm starting to believe that this is just who she is. But in the first part, in the first instance, when this story first came out on social media, when it first went viral, I'm sorry, maybe I'm not as black-pilled as the rest of you guys, but I truly couldn't believe that she was being real and she was being honest. At first, it kind of caught me as like, nah, surely it's just a poor attempt at being funny, you know? She's trying to like troll in her own way. But then the more you watch of her, the more you also start to contemplate like, she's not that good of an actress anyway, you know? She's not pretending. This is definitely who she is. And it's like, oh, you know? But in the beginning, I just try to see both sides. Maybe she was trolling. Maybe she's not being serious. Maybe this is the dynamic anyway, blah, 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 blah. But as the days have gone by, especially past her fucking reply when she kind of tried to clap back at the haters, it's like, okay, cool. This girl's far gone.
See, now it's becoming more and more apparent that the only reason she's with Akaash is because he is a millionaire. Like, she straight up doesn't have a job and just spends Akaash's hard-earned money all day long, which she shamelessly brags about on her podcast.
But like any man.
Good point you mentioned about the money. Is this also a reason why, this is why we have to kind of, you know, think about rich people. This is probably why rich people also are very conscious and very kind of aware of trying not to, what's that thing called? Of not letting their kids date people that aren't rich also. I wonder if that's what the problem we got here as well a little bit. She kind of doesn't act like she's been here before, you know? That might be an issue. She doesn't know how to act. Now that she's living this life where she gets to stay at home and buy fancy things and all her needs are met, she doesn't really know how to act and behave. Maybe that's also part of the problem. Maybe Akaash's issue is that he probably should have tried to have gone. He probably should have tried to get a girl that came from a, you know, an affluent family. Maybe that he would avoid all these issues because she wouldn't have then be so gassed on the money. She wouldn't be so fucking bratty about it. I don't know, but I don't really buy that either. Now that I'm saying that aloud, I don't buy that either. I just think she's just not a good person, you know? Because even the way she treats her friend, forget what she treats Akaash. Talking to your friend about their husband's dick and how much you want to fuck him is like, I don't know, you know? Not a girl's girl, not a nice person. I don't know. You don't do that sort of stuff. Even if that's a banter you have on the camera, it's kind of a bit weird, you know? So honestly, think about that for a second. She's not comfortable with PDA. She doesn't like kissing Akaash in front of her mum and her mother-in-law, but she's okay talking about her friend's husband's dick on camera.
And that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money. That is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
And so I think when she says these things, she thinks she's being some kind of stand-on business girl boss influencer or whatever you want to call it. But in reality, she just comes across as the most ungrateful person of all time. Because she actually could have a decent job right now. Like, someone found her LinkedIn profile and she actually has a pretty respectable resume, so she could be earning a pretty good salary. But instead, she just chooses to waste Akaash's Patreon money on designer bags and clothing while pathetically pretending to be an influencer. So the size of Akaash's bank account is the only thing that keeps her around. And unfortunately, if this whole controversy ends in divorce, she would effectively own 50% of everything Akaash is worth, as she's confirmed that they did not sign a prenup. Because, and get...
She can't go, man. She can't go. She can't go. She can't go. You have to keep her. You can't break up with her. You have to just stay. 50%. The comedy bubble has burst. If you're Akaash, think about it. The comedy bubble has burst. You made the most money you made during the peak of the podcasting, the peak of the comedy bubble. Akaash went on a fucking world tour and shit. He's not doing that again. The comedy bubble has burst. For you to make that back, for you to make back what you made that time again that you lost out, it's gonna take an unfathomable amount of hard work. It's gonna take crazy levels of hard work for you to make what you made then. And all your life is in disarray. Right? During a divorce, you're meant to try and make more money than you made when you're at your happiest. It's not gonna happen. So you just have to suck it up. You have to suck it up, go through counseling, and try and make this happen. Try and make the marriage work with this fucking nightmare. And you're just at the beginning. They're not even 5 years in, I don't think, in marriage, are they? I don't think they're even 5 years into marriage yet. And already they're having to go through these counseling. Surely marriage counseling happens when you're like 60 or something. When you're later, maybe in your 40s or something, later on in life. When you've had a couple of kids and maybe you're not, giving yourself enough attention and your needs aren't being met and shit. That's when you're having counseling in the first 5 years. Ah. 50%. And you know what makes it hard too? What makes it really doubly hard is that she's not contributing anything. So it's your 50. It's not even like, oh, you can feel a little bit less, sad about it because she also contributed and she was doing her thing. She does nothing but spend your money. And it's already a bad thing that you're together, that you're married in year one. But you can't. But then saying all that, this is also why I understand the crowd out there that don't feel sorry for Akaash. Because he knew what he was getting himself into. And this is the price you pay. Actions have consequences, pimp, as Wings of Redemption would say.
She thinks prenups are red flags.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like if I ask someone to sign...
Big up Josie, what's that? Not 50, a third, a government needs to be paid. Lawyers. Oh, come on, Josie, what would you say? Honestly, I don't cry. I'm not a crier, bro. That would make me. I'd swear on my life, I'm not a man that cries, but that would make me cry. I think I would fucking rip my teeth. I'd be fucking screaming into the air. The lawyer. I'd be screaming.
In a prenup because I had some like booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
I hadn't.
So yeah, this just really looks like a...
And I believe her too.
Lose-lose situation for Akaash Singh. I mean, he either ends things with her and loses half of his lifetime earnings, or stays in this extremely unhealthy relationship and retains the Akaash Singh label that's been handed to him by the public, which unfortunately he will probably do. Like, he lives this every day. And sadly enough, he's even talked about how he manages his feelings in the relationship on a podcast he did months before this all went down.
Yeah, it's turbulent. So we didn't have any tools. Our fights would get crazy. Like, I am very calm with her until I'm not.
Again, maybe forgive me because I'm naive because I don't have I don't have a wife or anything, but surely you have to surely you have to have doubts about your relationship or your potential marriage. Like, how are they having these type of level of arguments so early in their relationship? That's the worrying. I don't know why that didn't alarm him. Brother, you're going through like shouting, like screw, like you can have a disagreement, but like you're going through shouting arguments where you're both losing your temper and throwing things and slamming doors in the beginning. Come on, man, it's already doomed to failure.
And then it's hard for me to cap the end.
0 to 100 in a second.
0 to 100.
0 to 0 for 10 days and then...
She never felt unsafe like I would hit her.
0 to 0 for 10 days. I love the fucking accent. It's so fucking great. I hate when they lose it actually, but the accent's fucking brilliant.
Sure.
But like, I like hit myself a couple of times like a maniac, and like, that's not going to make you feel safe either.
No.
So it was a lot of therapy. As soon as we got together, I'd been thinking about therapy for a while. And I realized I love this girl, and I don't even think I knew how much until therapy. But like, I was like, yeah, I love this girl. This girl I want to make it work with. I can't let this get in the way. So I started therapy 2016, I think.
Regardless of what he does.
I just realized, technically, she made him go to therapy, no? She didn't go to therapy. If you think about it. He was worried that the way he reacted to her in arguments, I'm guessing, would drive her away because he'd be so crazy and he'd go so mad. So he voluntarily put himself into therapy to show that he was maybe doing the work and obviously wanting to be a better person so that his wife or wife to be. But essentially, she sent him to fucking therapy. Or they were having issues in the beginning. He thought it was a good idea to go to therapy to try to sort those issues, but she didn't go to therapy. Great.
Though no one is ever forgetting this, especially because he's a comedian who used to clown on guys for being in quote-unquote down bad relationships. The only thing Akaash has going for him right now is that he doesn't have a child with the lady. Like, even if he has to hand over 50% after a divorce, he can still slowly make that back. But once a child's in the picture, it will be...
It's impossible. No, I won't say it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely. That's why that's why men should be more careful with who they marry. But that's why in general people should just be more careful with who they get in relationships with. Because look at the damage it can do. Because it's obvious that they're not well suited together, you know. But they kind of have to just figure it out. Because forget the fucking 50%. I don't know much about Sikh people. But I think as most, you know, people that come from that part of the world, I'm assuming divorce is not a great thing. It's probably frowned upon. So there's that pressure. There's all that pressure involved, right? There's like you know, the blending of the family. Like, this is not just a simple thing, you know. He probably doesn't even have a choice in this if you think about it. Fuck.
100% over for Mr. Singh, and he will be trapped forever.
Gosh, like, please don't divorce me because my credit score is fucked up too, and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess like I just would go to OnlyFans or something like that, and like it would even.
Hell, you will.
It will even out. No, I said if, like, God forbid, you know.
If I divorce you.
Don't say that.
But you said it.
Why are you even joking about that?
I'm not joking. You're joking about getting on OnlyFans. If I
said if.
Well, I wouldn't do it anyway. Those are my feet.
Well, don't even joke
Don't
about
joke
it.
about my feet.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say that his wife has done irreversible damage to his career, his well-being, and his reputation. And the craziest part is that he probably won't do anything about it. Fortunately though, he will be back on Flagrant soon to discuss his side of the story, which hopefully will result in a full-blown intervention. So when that happens, I will definitely be making a video on it. So make sure to subscribe to not miss that. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching.
There's no way a girl this beautiful doesn't break my heart. I was like, there's no way this isn't going to end with me with egg on my face.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
Alright, so it seems that Akaash Singh's brutal humiliation ritual just...
Bumber-hearted, mate. I'm just thinking, like, is this damaging her stock too? Let's say they do get divorced. this damages her stock as well. No, I'm not like, I get some people might think she's attractive, but for me, like, personality is a big thing, bro. You act like this, like you're not good looking anymore. You know what I mean? You're kind of ugly inside and out. But I wonder, is her stock still up as well? Will guys still be lining up to try and take her off the market and shit? Put a ring on her finger? Like, and the solution to this, right? The solution to this really is for her to just stop posting about them on social media. That's a solution, but I don't think she's gonna do that. The only way to sort this is for her to just stop talking about her relationship, marriage, Akaash, her past flings, you know, what she likes to do in the bedroom, whatever. She just have to, like, that subject is a no-go on camera. You just have to stop talking about that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, also, this whole affair has just created, like, a new thing to troll them about. So, unfortunately, even if they do fix their marriage behind the scenes and they get along pretty well and they go on to have babies and they grow old together, they're never going to hear the end of this, you know? Like, Akaash is now what is it? Kakash. Like, fucking hell, lady. Fucking hell. Anyways, American Redact, check him out. He's fucking brilliant. Big up American Redact. Let's see, any new clips, any new posts on the Reddit about this whole situation? Anything new that I missed out on? Anything new? Nothing new here. Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. They're saying that's Akaash and that's fucking Jasleen and the next guy. That is fucking crazy. That is hilarious. Okay, we've seen that clip already before. Cracker-Miko's got a song about them coming out, right? Okay, I'll probably react to that tomorrow. Now we gotta see what's that, John. We gotta give Jasleen props. She made the streets a generational hit. Oh no, we do that another day. We'll do that tomorrow. That's a Cracker-Miko thing. We'll do that tomorrow. There's an article on Complex about it. They're in Complex magazine. Jesus Christ. Flagrant 2 host Akaash Singh and wife confuse fans with conflicting virginity remarks. Holy shit. Okay, we'll read that tomorrow as well. I don't wanna bore you guys with too much Akaash shit, so we'll save that for tomorrow. Anything else here? Someone said Akaash deserves this. Akaash always shits on the viewers and the fans. Andrew and Mark are very appreciative of their fans, while Akaash behaves as if the fans owe him respect. He talks about being true to the was that silter? Kilter? Silter? What the fuck's that word? What is a silture? I've never heard of the word silt. What the fuck is silture mean? Silture is a collection of social behaviors, institution. What? Oh, I think they meant to say culture. Okay, cool. True to the culture, yet he changed his religion to his girls. Being a brown guy with a white wife and surrounded by mixed couples, he's always been cringe and out of touch. His girl is no different. She's just behaving like she thinks an influencer should. She does not care about her viewers, only about her opinion and ego. She's talking to her phone like she will talk to her girls. I get caring about a man who is being used by his wife, but let's be serious here. Let's be real here. He's no better. Going in for the kiss after getting rejected multiple times shows that either you have a very low self-esteem of yourself or you're a creep. Or you just want to kiss your wife, no? What's wrong with these people? So if you try and kiss your wife multiple times, it's because you're either low self-esteem or you're a creep. What about if you just want to kiss your wife? If he has a backbone, he will file for divorce or just come clean and say he loves being cucked and never give relationship advice. Well, the latter is not going to happen, is it? Okay. Anything else I need to see here before we move on? Absolute disgusting attitude, and the comments were all calling her out. Let's see this. What's this about? Disgusting attitude. What's she saying here?
To the white guy that said don't eat at Bungalow, it's not good, fuck yourself. You're an idiot, and it's actually so fucking good.
Pulled lamb. Cheese culture.
What's the chef's name? Vikas Khanna?
Yeah.
He is an angel on earth, and he is a master chef. And don't ever come at us like that again. The only people that can criticize Indian restaurants are Indian people, okay? Or South Asian people.
White way.
You gora admi. Bakwas band kar.
Firangi salad.
No, but actually Bungalow's really good and you guys should all eat here. It's in New York City. Where is it? Lower East Side?
Yeah.
And we're here now and the vibes are vibing. And don't let this white boy fucking talk to you. I'm not trying to be racist, but like respectfully, don't ever talk about an Indian restaurant ever again. Okay, thank you. Bye.
And we're here now. Like have some obspec, man. Have some fucking street smarts. And we're here now. You're wearing a diamond ring, you got a Rolex on, Tiffany this, like shut up, man. Post this when you get home. And we're here now. Oh. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay, cool. We got all that. What's going on with the wife? Cool, we got everything. We're up to date. We'll leave the rest of it for tomorrow. I don't wanna kill you guys. Let's move on. Let's do a little bit of Brendan. Let's do a little bit of Schaub show, yeah? Let's do a little bit of Schaub show and then we'll move on, yeah? And we'll do something else. Let's do a little bit. Where's the Schaub show tab? Nope. Where is it? Ah, they're not having it up here. Where is it? Where's the fucking Schaub show tab? Where are you? Alright, cool, we'll just do it here. Oh, do you want to watch a bit of Kill Tony? Shall I put on a bit of Kill Tony and really bring the mood up? Shall I put on a bit of Kill Tony? Kill Tony's live now, right? Shall I put on a bit of Kill Tony and really bring the mood up instead? Oh, Jeff Dye. He's kind of funny, isn't it? He's kind of funny. He's kind of cool. Let's do Thick Boy. Boom.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Coming at you, yeah, Monday, November 24th. What's up, fam?
Why is he putting his finger over his mouth like that? Is that like a nervous tick? What's that about? And by the way, I love how somebody said in the stream chat, is somebody bigger person in the stream chat? Somebody said in the stream chat he might be dyeing the tips of his hair blonde like that because he wants to hide the grays. It's an easy way to hide the grays. Instead of dyeing your hair, you bleach it this way. Is that true? I'm not white, by the way, so I don't know if this is true. But allegedly, this is why he's gone for this like very early 2000s style of a thing. Is it you, Big Booth? Yeah, was it you? Cool, Big Booth. Is it you? Okay, cool. Is that actually true? Do white people do that? You know, instead of dyeing their hair, you just bleach the top. What about if it's dyed? What about if you got grays on the side? Then I guess you could just shave it.
Turkey week. It's Thanksgiving. I think we're going to do a deep fried turkey for the first time. I heard it's the bee's knees. Chin, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, buddy?
I'm going home for like a few days.
You going back to LA?
Yeah, see my parents.
All right. When you leaving?
You thought you meant Korea and he got nervous. He thought he meant Korea. He got nervous, and he thought you meant Korea.
Like late Wednesday.
When you come back?
Saturday. I did the late Wednesday and Saturday because sometimes the flights are delayed, so I'm coming back a day early to make sure we can get back to to be here on Monday.
Smart.
What a fucking bootlicker, innit? He's coming back a day earlier to make sure he can record on a Monday. So he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to try and fly on a Sunday just in case there's delays. Flying on a fucking Sunday, you idiot. So he's flying back home on the Saturday morning. At least fly back home on the last plane out, you know? God almighty, Chin. Brendan didn't even say, oh, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. Don't worry, it's Thanksgiving. Brendan also is a shitty boss. No, he doesn't do that, man. Don't be stupid. Say the extra day, we'll just record on the Wednesday or something. Brendan could easily could have said that. Now, don't worry, it's Thanksgiving, man. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? Go hang out with your family. I'll see you on the other side. Take an extra day, actually. Take an extra day. No.
So if he gets delayed on Saturday, you're still good. You're not going to miss the shows. If Brian Callen only took a page of professionalism from your travel book, that'd be great.
No, but Brian Callen also lives a life, you know? Don't get me wrong, he's lazy, but that's fucking ridiculous. If anything, it's Thanksgiving. You should be giving him a day off. I don't know why he's acting as if Chin's being a fucking cuck in general. It's not professionalism. Chin's being a cuck. Brendan should have stepped in as a boss and said, thanks, you're amazing, thanks for the offer, but if you haven't booked your ticket yet, take the extra day. Take the extra day, and whenever you come back, you come back. You know, if you come back Monday, cool. Take the extra day. Instead of making him come back on Saturday so he can be there on Sunday so he doesn't miss the month. Like, Jesus Christ.
That would be nice.
All good, baby. All good. Yeah, turkey day. Your family does the regular turkey shit?
Remember I told you they do American, but then Korean side stuff. So there will be kimchi.
Yeah.
There will be like Korean
with
side
the turkey.
dishes. Yeah.
You guys do duck? Do you do turduckens and shit?
No, I would love to try a turducken, but no, just a regular turkey.
Yeah, I got my buddy Trey. He's known for making insane, basically all around holiday meals. Mm-hmm. So I think we're gonna do a fried turkey with him.
Be careful, man. That's like one of the most dangerous things I heard.
Not doing it at my crib.
Okay.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade. Tiger's done with fall travel ball. Last tournament was on this weekend, and
is that it for Chin? Is that it for Chin's? Is that it for the Chin Inquisition? The Chin, what you up to, what you getting up to stuff. Straight into, okay, Tiger and baseball. Fun topics.
Boy, as a papa, I could not be prouder of the kid. He just found it, man. He found it. And going into the off season, this little dude is off on the right foot, man. Because in spring it picks up even more. It's more competitive, so can be more proud of the dude. How about this, man? This one, I'm like, oh my God, we got one. He gets done with his game. We're in extra innings. They call it Texas overtime. So it was, I think it was tied 4-4 or 5-5. And then after the 6 innings, you go into Texas overtime. Texas overtime is bases loaded, 1 out.
Does he say innings wrong, or is it an American accent say innings? People in stream chat, let me know. Is he saying innings wrong? Am I hearing him saying innings? What the fuck is it, innings? Isn't it innings? INNINGS.
You start with bases loaded, 1 out. So that's how we started the game. Tees up, leadoff batter, and this freaking dude freaking drills it through the shortstop. So third and shortstop, drilled it right between the two, brought in 2 runners to kick it off in the overtime. The day before, this dude hit, it's not his furthest home run, but it was close. He freaking rocketed it. Rocket City. And then pitched great. There's nothing better, dude. Yeah. There's nothing better. So this is where I'm like, oh, we got one.
What's Chin doing during this segment? By the way, I love that's a good little screenshot there. It should be good, right? During these segments? What's Chin doing? Is Chin like looking at him and like pretending to be enthusiastic? Is he on his phone or something? Because he keeps looking over to him to talk. But what is Chin doing? Is Chin like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. What's he doing? Or he's just on a computer? I wonder what Chin's actually doing in this precise moment.
In order to even have a chance, of playing major division 1, 2, whatever college level, in order to even have a chance to play college ball, and even to think about playing professional sports, you have to be a little off your rocker. You got to think a little bit different than the rest of the people playing rec sports or travel ball. You got to be willing to do things that they aren't willing to do.
His son is 9 years old. 9 years old.
In order to even give yourself a shot. I was a little bit crazy, and I don't know if my kiddos, right? They're grown up different than I am. But this one, I'm like, oh, we got one. So I tell Tiger, and I'll get to fighting after this, for those of you who don't want the baseball talk. But so I tell Tiger.
He's like, don't worry, I'm going to bore you first. Before I get to the fun stuff, I'm going to bore you.
No matter what time of day it is, no matter what's going on, if you ask me to go to the cages and throw BP, I will never say no. No matter, it could be at midnight, it could be at 2 a.m, I could be on the road, whatever it is, you ask me, I will figure it out and we will go throw BP. I will never say no. That's the rule in our house. For him in Boston, I will never say no. I will always take you to the cages, no matter what we got going on. I don't care what it is, we'll figure it out. So he knows this. 2 weeks ago, he checked.
That's an interesting incentive, isn't it? He thinks that incentive makes them want to play baseball more, but surely that would also create a bit of resentment when you don't do other things, you know? So I think he's trying to, or not trying to, he has a household where the rule is, if you want to pursue sports, everything gets given to you. He rolls out the red carpet. If you're a kid in the Schaub household and you seem enthusiastic about a sport, he's going to give you everything to allow you to become professional. Not just to play, by the way, and have fun, to become professional. But if you're interested in something else, I guess you get no attention. You get no resources, nothing.
Challenge this. He's getting ready for bed. It's 9:30 at night. He's in bed. And he goes, Dad, I bet you won't take us to the batting cages. What? He goes, you said we could go whenever you want. Bet you want to go. I'm like, buddy, I ain't the one. I'm crazier than you. If you want to get working, if you want extra work, we can get your shit. We'll take these PJs off right now, and I'll take the cages right now. He goes, I'm down. I go, boss, are you down? He goes, yeah, I'm in. We went at 9:45 at night to the batting cages. He had school the next day. He was fine. Wow. So then he had 4 games over the weekend. Balled out. Couldn't have done better. Could have just ate junk food because it's the end of the season, celebrate, and then we're back to work. We're driving home from the game, and he goes, Dad, let's go to the cages. I went, dude, you've had 2 games. He goes, yep, let's go to the cages. Say less, bud. We're 6 o'clock at night. We spent 2 hours at the cages and field. I'm like, oh, you got to be a little crazy in order to get to where you want to go in sports. Then we got one.
Yeah.
As soon as he changed it, I was like, hold up. I can just do this as much as I want. I'm like, and you got a dad who's just as crazy? Let's fucking ride, buddy.
Are you not reading a little bit too much into this, my friend? Are you not reading a little bit too much into this? Like, he thinks this is a guarantee that his kid's going to become pro because he wants to go to the batting cages at, past his bedtime. Also, if you're the other parent, you're going to be kind of annoyed, isn't it? A little bit. Like, why are you taking the kids out to the batting cage at 9:45 p.m.? They just finished shower, they just finished brushing their teeth, they're in their pajamas, and now, you just fucking up their fucking sleep cycle. Cool, no problem. You're pursuing a sport thing, You're trying to make them pro, no issue. But then it's the encouragement of it now. It's like, And I think he's also reading a little bit too much into it. God forbid it doesn't work out, bro. If it doesn't work out, I think he's going to be more crushed than Tiger. I truly think if the baseball thing doesn't work out and that kid just ends up being a regular kid, doesn't end up signing for no team, I think it would definitely break Brendan's heart more than it will break Tiger Schaub. I swear. He is so heavily invested in this. It's unreal.
So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I did have to watch this UFC Qatar card on my phone again. It's not ideal, but I get the jobs done. I gets the job done. I can do that for just any random fight night, but this one was pretty special. This is the best fight night in a hot freaking second. Dude, and there's not a big fight coming up.
He's talking about his lips. Is that why he's doing that thing with his finger? Did he recently get his lips plumped or something? Or am I bugging out? The way he's talking, did he get his lips done recently?
I can do that for just any random fight night, but this one was pretty special. This is the best fight night in a hot freaking second. Dude, and there's not a big fight coming up.
I don't know. I wonder.
You got the December pay-per-view card. That's not going to blow your dick away, but it's, it's decent. But there's a lot of drama going on in the Real Housewives of the MMA right now, especially Real Housewives of the UFC. And we'll get to that. This Qatar card, Qatar, however the fuck you say it, man. It was a great card. Great card. Horiguchi looked unbelievable. That guy's a freak. Can we talk about freaking, where's he at on there? Topuria's brother?
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's a bigger freak than
I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna go Dana Francis. I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna go Dana Francis and current events.
About him. But when you see these guys, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break.
Is available online at Gamer free.
Well, go back.
Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Well, let's go back to this later. But what's up?
Give me the Dana and Schulte.
Yeah.
Oh, the MMA Guru and Mighty Mouse stuff's interesting too. Oh, this is a good episode.
All right, here's do you want to watch?
Yeah, play it for the fans. I've seen it 1,000 times. I'll play it for them.
Willing to come out of retirement.
Are you saying no to Jones? What's the?
I haven't.
Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah, give me him and Francis.
Yeah, give me a sec.
God, he plays the whole. I don't know.
Chin, you got one job, mate. Chin, you have one job.
Understand the language, and people go, oh, it's language barrier. There's no fucking language barrier. He's going in to fight Stipe and Bond.
I really wish you would have done an African accent. That would have made it extra spicy. I really wish Dana would have done an African accent when he was imitating fucking Francis Ngannou in that clip. I really wish he would have done an African accent. That would have been so funny.
Well, after the press conference, he comes over to me and he grabs me and he says, let me tell you what's going to happen. His English is fucking great. When this fight's over, you're going to book me a private plane to Paris. I laughed and said, oh yeah? He goes, I'm not joking. Okay. Stipe Miocic beats the shit out of him. That ended that whole conversation. Should have fucking cut him that day. Performance Institute, everything's free and do all this stuff. This guy was fucking lit.
Just as an aside, I don't like the way Dana says beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? It's a UFC, man. It's a professional fight. It's not like a street fight. He's trying to, do you know what I mean? Like, you can, that little sentence made me understand why people think he gets pleasure. You know, do you remember back not so much anymore now, but you guys remember back in the day when Dana used to like show real displeasure if a fighter he didn't like won, or if the underdog in the fucking championship fight won. You see him put the belt on the person, super pissed off, or he wouldn't even be there to hand him the belt. Like, Stipe beat the shit out of him. Yeah, well, someone's gonna beat the shit out of somebody. It's a fight. It's a fucking.
Living there. He had just fought. Comes up to my office. And he was pissed off that he didn't get a $50,000 bonus, arguing with me. The conversation's over. I'm starting to leave. And he grabs me by my shirt and like pushes me back in my office. And I said, dude, get your fucking hands off me.
Those were the words that came out of you when Francis Ngannou grabbed you by the shirt?
Yeah.
I would have been like, I hated this shirt. It's too tight.
I could see in this guy's face and in his eyes and in the way he's acting who this guy really fucking is. And then my guy Hunter, they were
fucking hell, man. My guy is. He's absolutely savoring the taste of those nails, isn't it? Brendan's absolutely chomping those nails like they're fucking, I don't know, mini baby bells or something. He's loving that, isn't it? What's going on? Is that nerves? He's chewing on those fucking things.
We're talking about something, and when Hunter started to walk away, Francis grabbed him by the fucking back of his collar and fucking pulled him back, said, we're not done talking yet. If you look now he's over and he's done a deal with PFL in Saudi Arabia, and now he's asking to fight, me and John Jones need to fight, and fucking, I'm sure they wish they never fucking signed him.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't have to hear one word from any of those guys over there to know. Because I know. I've dealt with him. I know who he really is. And yeah. I could see him.
Oh, boy. Listen.
Remember, Brendan, Dana doesn't like you. Dana will never like you. Dana's never going to be your friend. Dana's never going to be cool with you. He's never going to invite you to a fight card. So just be honest and call him out for being a cunt. Dana's never going to be your friend. Just remember that, Brendan. Because I haven't heard this clip yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what he's going to say. But just remember, Dana does not like you. You have a friend in common in Joe Rogan. You have a friend in common in Joe Rogan. He's probably the best person on planet Earth that could, if possible, mend your relationship with Dana White. Be the middle person. Bring peace in the Middle East. If your friend Joe Rogan couldn't do that, there's no hope. You're never going to be friends with that guy. And we know he holds grudges. So don't suck up to him now. Don't suck up to him now.
Dana calling Francis Ngannou a bad guy, it's a spade calling a spade, right? So I don't think Dana's a bad guy. I don't think Francis is a bad guy.
You just said that though. Dana calling Francis a bad guy is a spade calling a spade. I'm not saying they're a bad guy. You just said that.
I've heard rumblings of Francis having some bullying tactics around the UFC, stuff like that. I've heard that. I knew shit before he fought Stipe and his head was big. He told Dana to, gas up the private jet and made all these demands. I get that. And, he was newer to it. I get all that.
But if Conor does it, it's fine. That's all fighters do, no? If Conor does the same thing, it's fine. Francis says it. He's too arrogant. He's too this. Honestly, being black sometimes, man. God almighty.
None of this is surprising to me. I've heard of multiple fighters get into it with UFC brass before. But I'll say this. I'm not defending putting your hands on anybody, stuff like that. But what I will say is over the entire course of the UFC, as long as it's been around, from matchmakers, Joe Silva, not Mick Maynard. I've never dealt with him. He's a great dude. But with the old school guys, the Joe Silvas of the world, the brass, the original dudes, including Dana, there are no bigger bullies. Depending on what your definition of bullying is, there's no bigger bullies than the UFC brass.
Good.
The disrespect behind the scenes to managers, to fighters directly, including myself, the text
Of course he had to make it about himself. Big up MK. I don't get the Francis hate. Is that course? The Francis hate from Dana is more so, I think, stemming from the fact that Francis showed him up in it. He left the UFC, obviously it didn't work out really that well for him in the PFL, wherever he went to. But he left the UFC and he's made more money than he's ever made in the UFC. They didn't think he could do it. They thought maybe the language barrier, maybe the lack of business acumen, whatever they thought about him, he proved them wrong and left them with egg on their faces. He went and fought Anthony Joshua. That fight ended very quick. It wasn't that great, but still super profitable for him. So I think the fact that he embarrassed him, or that he showed up Dana, which again is not a big deal. Your deal didn't work out. Dana wanted to fucking lowball him. Francis maybe thought a bit highly of himself, better than himself, as Brendan would say. Shopped himself around and got a better deal. I don't necessarily think it's that deep, with how they're trying to make it seem. With how Dana's trying to make it seem. It shouldn't be that personal. You tried to make a deal with a guy, it didn't work out, he went somewhere else. It's all good, you don't have to be friends, but Dana's doing too much to try and paint him out to be a bad... It's like, if Francis was a bad person, I think we would have known about it by now, If he was a bad person, we would have known about it, especially. But I don't think I don't think he is. And I honestly, I'm having a hard time believing that Dana would let a fighter like that put his hands on him and him not, fire the person, fine the person, lawsuit, whatever. It's gonna. I mean, come on, man, come on.
Got from UFC brass after a fight would make anybody so upset. It would blow your mind the way they talk to these fighters.
Oh, okay. Let's say that's true. If that's true, it would also blow our minds while you were making your way, or while you're making a real effort to try and suck their dicks. That's what makes it even worse. Because we know this to be true. We know enough accounts. We've read enough accounts from fighters, and they've said about what happens behind the scenes and how the people that work at the UFC are awful. We know this to be true. Obviously, us fans can't do nothing to help these fighters. They have to kind of help themselves. But it makes Brendan look more like an idiot because he's the one trying to still suck up to the UFC. You know? Even though he's had first-hand experience of how they treat fighters, he's heard anecdotal stories from fighters and stuff. Come on, you got to rate yourself a bit higher than that.
Talk to these fighters like they own them, like they're property. So when the toughest men on the planet who fight for a living feel disrespected, their way of communicating is through physical action. And this is a byproduct of that. So there's going to be a lot of fighters who aren't going to say this because, you know, they get paid from the UFC or they're still working with them. A lot of us are going, good for Francis. I'm just telling you. They might get on their Twitter like, oh my God, can you believe Francis did this? The majority are going, good for Francis. Because I couldn't have done this. The way he talked to me, the way Joe Silva fucking talked to me. Now that I'm not part of the organization, if Joe Silva or Dana talked to me like that now, I would take this fucking size 13 and cram it down his fucking mouth.
Whoa. Whoa. Papa Schaub is angry. Oh my God. I didn't see this coming. He's mad, isn't it? I think he started to reminisce about the times that he did get fucked over by the UFC. He started to reminisce about all the disrespect he received. And he's finally, brother, this is what we need to hear. We need to hear some of this before, instead of trying to suck off Dana White. I think he's finally given up. I get the feeling he's finally given up trying to be Dana's friend again, which is good. Jesus Christ.
So you got to realize that you're dealing with the elite of the elite when it comes to fighting from all different parts of the world.
But isn't it funny though that he's threatening to, he's kind of, you know, not so much threatening whatever to, you know, kick whatever Dana and the other Joe Silva guy in the head. But just the other week he was literally shaking in fear, apologizing to fucking Steve will do it. Like, this is a real bipolar king, isn't it? A real BPD king. Like, literally last week he was, you know, crying tears of fucking forgiveness for fucking Steve will do it. And now he is saying he's gonna, you know, kill everybody, or, you know, take everybody out in the UFC. It's hilarious.
World. And you hear about this disrespect. If all the fighters that have fought for Dana and fought for Joe Silva and fought for that old school regime, if they told you the stories of the disrespect they've dealt with for years and couldn't do it, it would blow your mind. And there's other stories of fighters sticking up for themselves. Francis isn't sticking up for himself, but there's other fighters lashing out at UFC brass and employees that you don't hear about. I know for a fact. There's a lot of that goes on, but you don't hear about it. But we're hearing about it now because this is a way to, you know, suppress Francis and get in a fight with John or whatever they're trying to do. That's all this is. Again, so Dana's saying, no, he's a bad dude. Well, again, I don't think either. This isn't a case of bad person, bully. Where was this energy when Ariel Helwani did something that the UFC brass didn't agree with, even though it was his job at the time, and your goons, Dana's personal security, picked Ariel up and pinned him against the wall with physical force? Does that make Dana a bad guy? Now he's going to say, I never condoned that. I can't believe they did that. Bullshit. Bullshit. You think those security guards know Ariel and what he did? No. And that ain't throwing.
He's snitching. It's funny how you flip-flops, isn't it? I swear he was defending Dana a few months ago for how he treated Ariel. Now all of a sudden he doesn't like Dana anymore. He's using it to beat Dana's back in again. Don't be Brendan's friend, man. He's very flip-floppy. He's a very flip-floppy person, this guy.
Only story I could give you guys. So you reap what you sow. When you bully the toughest guys, and that's the other thing, you're bullying the toughest guys in the world. Any guy walking through that UFC facility could beat the shit out of that UFC staff at any given moment. They don't. But when you constantly talk shit to them of their livelihood, their performances, and it's so stressful, there's gonna be some recourse. There's gonna be some rebuttals. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying any of it's right. I'm not saying Dana's bad. I'm not saying Francis is a bad person. I don't think either of these guys are bad people. This is the underbelly of professional sport.
I don't think he realizes it doesn't work that way. You can't caveat and preface something. You can't say loads of bad shit about somebody and then start saying, "Oh, but I don't think." It doesn't work that way. You don't erase the disses or the insults or the whatever, the receipt. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't work. I don't know why he does that. He thinks if he does these little caveats, these little fucking, you know what I mean, that it somehow diminishes what he said. It's like, no. The weight and the sting of what he said is still there. That doesn't go away, my friend. Like, if anything, just stand on it, innit? Stand on it.
Sports. This is the underbelly of professional cage fighting at the highest level. You're dealing with the toughest people in the world. You're also dealing with the most cutthroat business owners in the world. You mix those two together, and the business owners aren't tough guys. They're not tough. But they talk to these fighters like their property, like they own them. They underpay them, and it goes on for your entire career. So yeah, some guys, these stories will leak out, and there's tons of them. These stories will leak out that make Francis look like a bad guy.
You know what's funny though? I've always thought, by the way, and this is just an observation, I've always thought it was very interesting. Again, it's not his responsibility, it's not his thing, but I always thought it very interesting how Rogan never really addresses this sort of stuff or seems to be annoyed or bothered or tries to change any of this stuff that happens in the UFC, whether it comes to fighter pay, whether it comes to fighter treatment, whether it comes to preferential treatment, whether it comes to how Dana talks about fighters in the press and all that malarkey. I always thought it was really odd because Rogan's been like he's been into martial arts since he was young, did fucking taekwondo, all this stuff, so he, you can imagine he probably has a great appreciation for martial arts. And then of course he's been involved in the UFC since literally the beginning, so you could imagine he also has a great appreciation for the UFC. So and then forget that, think about stand-up. If there was a person in stand-up doing what Dana did, Rogan would never have it. He would call it out on his pod, say the club's no good, try and create an alternative. I mean, he wouldn't have it. But he somehow, doesn't really seem to care when it comes to fighters being treated a certain way out there and shit, which is a bit, unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is, and I guess it is what it is.
Francis is not a bad guy. Dana's not a bad guy. But this is a spade calling a spade. That's all this is. I'm not condoning what Francis did, but
allegedly did.
You reap what you sow.
Ooh. When Dana comes out, coming for his Dan's apology.
Didn't you say you also had like a call, or you overheard a call with Joe Silva and maybe your manager or someone? You said something before.
When I was negotiating, forget what fight it was. Might have been.
Good job, Chin. Good job, Chin. Good job, Chin. Stoke the fires. Make him talk more. Good job, Chin. That was good.
Might get this wrong.
Yo, big up Peter Morris in the stream chat. Big up Peter Morris in the stream chat. It's like, shut up. Who takes this guy seriously? Bean cheese, bean cheese, bean cheese. I need tater tats once a week. Big up the tater tats crew. Big up the tater tats crew. Big up Big Booth too. The 12 warehouse workers holding up T4K. Yeah. We're holding up T4K. We are contributing to holding up T4K.
It was around that time. So when I fought Mitrione, they tried getting me to sign a new deal. But I wanted to bank on myself and say, because Mitrione was my last fight on my 6-fight deal. Once I passed the Ultimate Fighter contract, was just the worst contract in history for a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. So my last fight on that contract was Matt Mitrione. And the UFC's tactic is always, hey, if you lose, you better sign this now. Because you lose, you're fucking out of here. But my idea is, but if I win, that money's going to double and you sign me for 6 fights. So I could either, I think it was like 40-40 or 30-30, and then goes up by 10 for 6 fights if I signed it before. But my idea was, no, I'm going to beat Mitrione. I'm going to fucking finish him. You guys are going to pay me more money. And so that was my idea. Told my manager that. And I go, dude, let me talk to Joe Silva. My manager goes, you don't want to do that. He goes, I'm telling you, the way he talks about fighters, like, and he worked with Rory McDonald. He's like, dude, he almost had Rory in tears. Yeah. Like, you don't want to deal with that. I'm like, bullshit. And I start arguing with him. He goes, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it on in the car, put it on speaker. You don't talk. I said, okay, buddy, the way they talked about me, dude, I would never record it and air it for the pub. That's some hoe shit. Buddy, the disrespect.
Isn't the whole shit talking about it in the first place anyway? The fact that you're gossiping and bickering about it, it's happened to you, but you can't sit there and say you're not doing whole shit when you're talking about it anyway. So recording it wouldn't have been any different than talking about it, really.
Respect, the way they talk about these guys, I was baffled. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my, that's what they think of us? Holy shit, we're not even in the same ballpark, man. That's the way they talk about guys? Not just me, Roy McDonald at the time. I could name a bunch of other fighters. Dude, you're like, holy shit, that's disgusting. Yeah, man. The text I got from the UFC brass after the Orlovsky fight might have been warranted, boring fight. I still won that fight. In Vancouver, the text I got, buddy. And you just lose your fight by split decision. I got fucked over. My face is out to here. The text I got from a certain somebody at the UFC, buddy. Fuck yeah, I wanted to fight him. Fuck yeah. They go for your biggest insecurity. They make you feel like shit, man. Like they own you. Like they're slave owners. That's the way they talk to you. Now, it might be different now.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I can't wait. When Dana sees this, the apology is going to be crazy. The apology is going to be crazy. When Dana sees this, he's calling the UFC slave owners. Like they run a plantation. When Dana sees this, he's going to go nuts. Because you know Dana, you know how Dana is.
That's back in the day when I fought. Now they're bigger company, a TKO. Maybe Dana's learned from his ways. Maybe it's not that case. I don't know. I'm just talking from my personal perspective. All good. So this shit, I see it. Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta suck balls. Alrighty. You want to do this one? This is basically, so this Dana White's still on Andrew Schultz's podcast. A different part where he talks about John Jones.
And again, love Schulte, love Flagrant. And there's definitely a place for this, and it's a huge show. Mm-hmm. Again, I keep the same energy when he's on with the Nelk Boys, when he's on with insert whoever show. It's nothing against Schultz, nothing against the Nelk Boys. All I'm saying is it would be refreshing if Dana sat down with the likes of a Luke Thomas, a Pete Carroll, a Chuck Mendenhall, Ariel. It's never happening, but those other guys, somebody who knows the fucking game. So when he says stuff like this, they have a record. They have a history and know what to ask, so we get questions. Now, maybe this is a bad take, and it's because I'm a hardcore guy, but this cookie cutter stuff, and there's no rebuttal. So they ask him if John Jones is going to be on the White House card. He says, I can't put John Jones in a position where he can pull out. I had a deal with him to fight Aspinall. He said, I'm not going to do it. I can't be in that position again. Okay.
Yeah. So he's basically saying,
but what's wrong with that answer?
And that John Jones won't be on the, kind of saying it, but not saying it.
Guarantee John Jones on that card.
I pray he is, yeah.
He will be.
Yeah, well, that's what that video was about. And but dude, not to laugh, but by the way, like anything to do with Schultz now.
Not to laugh. Why don't you laugh, you fucking donut? It's funny. Laugh at it.
The show, it's all about Akaash. Akash's wife. Yeah, everything, dude. It's
even
insane.
the Dana White clips.
Yeah,
I like how he's. By the way, bless Brendan. He's not a good actor. Bless Brendan. He's not a good actor. But I like how he's pretending like he doesn't know that everyone's still speaking about Akaash and his wife. You know, bro. You're reading the comments. You see all the fucking clips. Fuck off out of here. He's loving every minute of it. He's acting as if he doesn't. He doesn't know what's going on.
On their show, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's freaking insane.
If you're Akaash, what do you do?
Well, he hasn't been responding, but so I went on Akash's.
You're just hoping it dies out.
Yeah, you would imagine. I know he went to India. I don't know if it was pre-planned, whatever, with his wife. So maybe just take a break from social media. But
I think that was pre-planned before all this.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on, but you know it's pre-planned. Smells like somebody knows what's going on.
Yeah, they did mention something, but then even that, like, it was just when you go to Akash's Instagram, oh, dude, nonstop, dude. It's just
I wonder what you do.
What do you do?
Well, what do they say? They say, news.
Before
there's
it was
a quote
them,
where there's like news, let it sit for a while. If it's still a thing after 2 weeks, you need to address it.
Oh, okay.
Like usually give it 2 weeks. Usually that's by the time the shelf life, it dies off, people stop caring. If it goes past that, you usually need to do something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird
here's
position.
the thing. There ain't no PR firm you can hire that they don't fucking know. They're old school. There's nothing. I don't know. Akaash, Schultze's a smart dude. Schultze will figure it out. Schultze will come up with something, how to deal with that. I don't know if there's a way to deal with it. I think you keep it in-house, talk to his wife.
That's the thing. It's just the only thing I could think of is just like tell her to stop talking about your relationship. Or, just all that
Or
stuff.
she needs to get on there and be like, yo, I was exaggerating to get clipped. I fucked up. I embarrassed my husband. This is not what my intentions. It's something like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you do.
Yeah, but if that's...
She needs to stop doing podcasts, though.
Yeah. But if that's really her experience, and that's what... the main thing that happened, I don't know how we got to this, but the main thing that happened is Akaash went hard on those guys about, like, what a real relationship is like and, dating all that stuff. And then this happened. So it's kind of like, damn, dude, So that's why they're coming at him hard. But yeah, I don't know how to fix it.
To be fair to Akaash, maybe he didn't know, though.
No, it seemed like he did.
Like maybe Akaash like, what the fuck, this from left field? Yeah. I was going hard in the paint, saying I don't condone this stuff. And she was on a podcast talking about popping her pussy at frat houses.
Yeah.
He's like, this is news to me.
Don't be dumb. That's probably the worst take I've heard of everybody. Maybe Akaash didn't know that come on. He knew. There's no way a girl like that was not acting like that behind closed doors. She definitely was acting like that behind closed doors. Probably even worse.
I don't know what you do. I feel for him. Yeah. Let's take a little break here. Man, you ever...
Fast forward. Actually, let's mix up a little bit, man. It's getting a bit boring, this fucking Schaub show shit. Anything else I want to check out on here? What are you talking about? Actually, yeah, I want to hear what he has to say about the match. Yeah, let's hear what he has to say about the thing, actually. I'm actually curious to hear what Brenda have to say about the MMA Guru versus Danger Mouse shit. MMA Guru said some not so nice things on social media during the Islam and JDM fight. And obviously, Mighty Mouse was like, hey, I can't do this show with you anymore because you're just too racist. And yeah, and now they're not doing the show anymore. So I would love to hear what Brenda has to say about it.
Regrets. Let's get back to the program.
Okay, on to a different subject. So Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, was doing a podcast with MMA Guru. He got really popular, like, from the underground. And then so they started a podcast together. But then I guess Guru said some really bad stuff in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's always done that.
Yeah, that's his thing. And then so Mighty Mouse found out and he said, hey, you know what? Mighty Mouse will just discuss it earlier.
Yeah, just play the clip, my idiot.
Before you play, before you play this is me, Mighty Mouse. With MMA Guru, like, it's tough to single yourself out from the MMA space, right?
There's so many people
There's so many people that do it and stuff like that. So you have to give credit to MMA Guru for forging his path.
Yeah, sticking out.
Of course, Brendan is gonna start off by copping pleas and defending the fucking unapologetic racist guy, right? Of course. Brendan will take some time out before he goes into his real opinion by celebrating and whatever, acknowledging the racist one first. Cool.
He shoots from the hip and he says some shit. And that's...
Shoots from the hip.
How do I say this without getting in trouble? I'm not condoning what he says.
You are, bro.
But
you
develop a fan base by shooting from the hip and saying some crazy shit, you can't go back on that. Does that make sense? Like what got Guru to the dance, he's still doing. The issue is when you're that guy, you have a gun, and he's very good at what he does.
Forging ahead with racism, such a brilliant angle.
Exactly. Trust Brendan to have the worst take on that whole debacle ever. Trust him to have the worst take. Big up Gitsy.
But when you're that guy and you cross over into the mainstream and you do a show with DJ, now DJ is the furthest from that, right? DJ's the furthest from that. So when they collab, I thought, oof, because... and it's credit to MMA Guru, he doesn't change what he does. No. Mighty Mouse doesn't change what he does. But what MMA Guru does can affect what DJ does. They're not in the same lane. Mighty Mouse, he's sponsored by fucking Xbox. He works with these big brands. And so he's not saying offensive shit. Guru will say some offensive shit. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes he misses, but he's always been that guy. So when I saw this collab, I'm like, I've seen MMA Guru says some wild shit, but I could tell you there's going to be problems down the road.
But you didn't say nothing, did you, at the time? It's easy to say it now, but you didn't say it back then, did you? Okay, anything more?
Yeah. All right, you want to see the clip?
Yeah.
Big up Chin, great production skills. Let Brendan waste his breath talking passionately about the issue and not let him play the clip for, cool, whatever.
Not watch all of Guru's content, meaning that when he is doing his live instant reaction and he has 20,000 viewers in a channel, I'm also doing the exact same thing. I don't babysit him. I don't see what he's saying whatsoever. Obviously, Guru had a very, very ugly rant recently on the UFC 322 live instant reaction
What he
with
does,
Islam
though.
versus JDM. I did call him out on it off camera because I felt that was the best place to do it. And I said, "Dog, you can't be saying this stuff." I asked Guru to stop saying these things. And I respect Guru for, reaching out. Me and him had a discussion. He was like, "Dude, I think I'm totally fine of us just, separating and going our separate ways." And I told him, I was like, "I don't want you to change." That's how Guru makes his content.
Facts.
And I do not watch all of Guru's content, meaning that
No,
when
DJ
he
hit on-
is doing his live instant
You can stop
reaction,
it. Yeah, DJ hit it on the nose. They're both fine without combining forces. Them combined forces is not ideal because it's going to hurt both of them. It's going to hurt both of them because MMA Guru developed this fan base doing what he does. He's very good at it, and he has funny takes and then offensive takes. That's what he does.
Offensive takes.
And DJ does his stuff being very analytical and he's very straight edge. Those two worlds don't have to mix. So DJ's spot on. Like, I don't want DJ to change and I don't want MMA Guru to change. They're both in two different lanes. Those worlds don't have to merge. They just don't. It's probably better if they don't. So both of them just need to keep doing their thing. Here's the thing, kids. I know it's going to sound crazy. If you don't like what MMA Guru does, it's real simple. Don't watch it. Don't give him views. Don't give him attention.
Interesting.
He's definitely not the worst thing in MMA. I tell you that right now.
That's you.
If you don't like what he does, just don't watch. Shows I don't like, I don't watch. I just don't fucking watch. It's pretty simple. They're going to do their thing. I'm not going to control a guy,
Okay, and?
Yeah.
And?
Keep going down. Let me see what the comments are saying. Guru channel needs to be banned. Why? Just don't watch it.
Because he's being racist. Maybe that goes against TOS. I don't know, man. I don't know why, you know. But why? I thought we were gonna fight. You know, that's what you're probably thinking. I thought we were going to fight. It's like, come on, girl, come on, stop it. You know, papito.
Yeah. Why would you silence the guy?
But yeah, so Guru even said if he's around, he realizes if he's around that squad, you know, that the Islam squad, he goes, I'm probably not going to get out of there alive or something. Like, he goes, yeah, what if he goes, eventually it's going to happen. I have to deal with it.
That's the game he's playing though.
Yeah.
And he knows this. And that's why it's high stakes. That's the game he's playing. He's saying some outlandish shit that, you know, is going to get you in trouble.
Okay, great. Anyway, I'm gonna pause it there for now, people. I'm gonna pause it there for now. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Or no, tomorrow morning? Yeah, tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon. I think I'll do a Taz in the morning. They'll go like this tomorrow afternoon. So I'm gonna pause it for now. And we'll be back again tomorrow afternoon. Alright, people? Smash the like, hit subscribe before you leave me. Smash the like, hit subscribe before you leave me.
You have a gun?
It's been a pleasure, not a chore. As
Brendan would
usual.
totally eat with Nazis.
It's been a pleasure, not a chore, as per usual. Timestamps will be added later too, so keep an eye out for the timestamps. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. See you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay? Big up everybody. Appreciate. Smash the like, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys later, yeah?